Chapter 1014. Wealth. 5 billion points vitality. 219,999 calories. 219,999 calories. Spirit. 9,955 Hz. 10,455 Hz to 9,955 Hz. Uncut. Power of destruction. 85 yuan. 85 yuan. Origin. Stage 1. Increased by 9% plus 30%. That was Fong Ping's current data. As he flew back, Fong Ping said, "I want all the loot this time." All right, they were already used to this. Knowing that Fong Ping might be useful, they had no objections. The moment they agreed, Fong Ping's wealth changed. Wealth. 9 billion. Fong Ping took a look and was speechless. 100 million points short? He actually wanted to try and see if he could continue to level up after reaching 10 billion. Now that he had survived the biggest crisis, he was not afraid that the system would fail. 100 million short of 1 trillion. Fong Ping mumbled in his heart. Then, he suddenly turned around and flew toward the Nanjiang catacombs. Seeing him fly in that direction, the others were stunned for a moment, not quite understanding what he was going to do. Fong Ping said as he flew, "Go kill the Nanjiang catacombs rank 9. Fong Ping, provoking him now? "I'm fine. I was just passing by." Fong Ping said calmly, "The catacombs' true kings are either dead or have run away. Now that it's so chaotic, who would stand up for them? As long as I don't go on a killing spree, it won't be a problem. Just kill those rank 9s. It'll be fine." He had to gather 10 billion wealth points first. Now, Fong Ping's speed was shockingly fast. Very soon, they arrived at the Nanjiang catacombs. Looking at Imperial Sea Mountain, the unreachable Imperial Sea Mountain in the past seemed ordinary now. Fong Ping stepped into the air, crossing Mount Royal Sea directly. Among Old Wang and the others, Old Yao could not hold on much longer. Fong Ping unleashed his aura, helping him block some of the cracks. "Old Yao, your physical body is not good enough. You need to train more?" Fong Ping quipped. Very soon, he crossed the Imperial Sea Mountain. There were a few more wounds on his body, but they quickly disappeared. Looking at the Nanjiang catacombs, Fong Ping felt a little emotional. When he first came to the Nanjiang catacombs, he had experienced life and death. He did not expect that he would come with the goal of destroying the other party today. One person destroying an entire cave. The god-slaying saber appeared. Fong Ping did not conceal his aura anymore. At this moment, his vitality soared to the heavens, shaking heaven and earth. At this moment, in the Nanjiang catacombs, some rank 9 city lords sensed a powerful qi dynamic. Someone exclaimed, "A true king has entered?" Although Fong Ping did not have the combat strength of a true king, he had far surpassed a rank 9. These rank 9s from the outer domain could not compare. Many of the rank 9s in the outer domain had not even entered the origin path. Beating them was no different from beating children. Fong Ping was barefooted, dragging his Chongdao as he flew across the sky. He laughed. "Minister will pass by 9 southern territory today. Idlers should make a detour. If you can't, then you'll die." Fong Ping. Someone recognized the voice and immediately cried out in fear. Just a few days ago, during the trip to Emperor's Tomb, Fong Ping had created a massacre in Nanjiang, beheading the descendant of the mystic dragon True King. They kidnapped Li Zhu's son, Li Yi. Today he came again. God Continent was defeated. At this moment, all the city lords were terrified. If the Divine Land had not been defeated, would they have allowed Fong Ping to enter so arrogantly? "Run!" Someone roared, fleeing frantically. As for the royal city, what royal city? Fong Ping's aura was too terrifying. The feeling he gave them was no different from a true king. To these people, whether Fong Ping was a true king or not did not make much of a difference. Killing them was really easy for Fong Ping. Fong Ping took a step forward. His speed was shockingly fast. Almost in the blink of an eye, Fong Ping had traveled hundreds of miles. At this moment, in a royal city in front of him, a towering monster plant was uprooting from the ground, trying to escape. "Why are you still running? I'm just short of a pair of boots." "You're it." Fong Ping's figure disappeared in a flash, appearing in front of this monster plant in the blink of an eye. The other party was terrified. Thousands of branches whipped toward Fong Ping. Fong Ping did not dodge. He reached out with one hand, grabbed a branch, and laughed. "Come here." As he said that, he pulled with great force. The other party's branch was pulled off directly. The huge branch trembled, soaring into the sky, trying to escape. "I won't waste any more time." Fong Ping laughed again. "Break through the air." An indifferent voice was heard. With a slash, heaven and earth seemed to be split in half. Strength that surpassed rank 9, with a divine weapon in hand. How could this rank 9 monster plant that had just entered Origin be compared to it? No, the other party might be able to escape from a 5th or 6th Origin powerhouse, but if it wanted to escape from Fong Ping, it was just a pipe dream. The slash was too fast. It was so fast that before the slash landed, the saber aura crisscrossed, almost cutting the other party into many pieces in an instant. With this slash, the power of the divine weapon erupted. Even mentality was destroyed. Fong Ping reached out and grabbed, keeping the monster plant that was cut into several pieces. There was even some life essence among them. One move killed the royal city's guardian monster plant. At this moment, the entire royal city was in chaos. Countless people fled. Fong Ping did not care about them. The city lord had already escaped. The monster plant was a little slower, and he blocked it. Fong Ping also did not care about those who fled. With one hand covering the sky, he covered it directly. Kaboom! With a loud noise, the royal city's inner city collapsed. The underground mineral veins were exposed. Fong Ping reached out again, grabbing toward the core mineral vein. A rank 7 martial artist who was guarding the underground could not even leave in time and was crushed by Fong Ping directly. Fong Ping acted as if he did not see it. His huge palm grabbed down sharply, grabbing the underground mineral vein's core into his hand. After grabbing the mineral vein, Fong Ping threw it into the storage space casually. He glanced at his wealth. It was still not enough. 1 trillion worth of treasures was not a small amount. If he grabbed some more minerals, it would probably be enough. However, Fong Ping was too lazy to grab those low-ranked energy ores. They were not presentable. Of course, the key was that the storage space was only so big. It would be too congested if he grabbed too many. He might as well grab more rank 9 energy stones. Even if this royal city was gone, there were still other royal cities, right? Fong Ping no longer cared about those who fled. He continued striding forward, saying in a hearty voice, "Run faster, all of you. You can run toward the Forbidden Sea, but don't go to other places. The Forbidden Sea is a good place. If you dare to come back, you will die." As he said that, Fong Ping suddenly looked down. He lowered his head, looking at the demons lying on the ground, and said with a smile, "You've got guts. I told you to run, but you didn't run. This was a forbidden land." The demons gathered, and there were many rank 9 existences. This was a forbidden land. However, at this moment, in the forbidden land, the 3 rank 9 monsters did not run. Hearing Fong Ping's words very quickly, a huge tiger monster transmitted its voice, trembling. "Sir, the Forbidden Land does not participate in the war between the Land of Rebirth and the Divine Continent. That's old news." Fong Ping said with a smile, "If you die, go look for the Myriad Demon King and the Celestial Demon King. These 2 beasts actually dared to kill us humans. It's better for you to die." As soon as he finished speaking, Fong Ping slashed down with his saber. The 3 rank 9 monsters did not expect the Rebirth martial artists to really attack them. These monsters still felt like they were living in the past. The war in the Land of Rebirth had nothing to do with the demons. Unbeknownst to them, this time, the demon royal court had turned out in full force. They had already shed all pretense of cordiality. With this slash, 3 monsters. The tiger monster fled quickly, but the other 2 were a beat slower. In the blink of an eye, they were killed by Fong Ping on the spot, their corpses falling to the ground. In the Forbidden Land, the other demons were trembling with fear, but they did not dare to escape. One by one, they lay on the ground, burying their heads. Fong Ping did not care about this. The Forbidden Land also had mineral veins. Once again, he reached out and grabbed. Very quickly, the Forbidden Land was overturned. Just as he was about to grab those mineral veins, a beast roar sounded from the direction of Mount Royal Sea. Fong Ping, you want to start a war between the two worlds again? An incomparably huge tiger monster, its silhouette shaking the sky. Fong Ping was a little surprised. Then he said with a smile, "There's actually a true king-level monster that hasn't left. Stop talking nonsense. I'm just passing by this place and want to return to Earth. These beasts are blocking the way, so I killed them along the way. Are you not satisfied? How dare you?" The gigantic tiger demonic beast was enraged. Seeing that it was about to enter the outer area, Fong Ping's voice was like a great bell, shouting, "Catacombs' true king-level powerhouses are not allowed to enter the outer area. This rule is still in effect now. If you dare to enter, I will definitely kill you today." Roar! The tiger monster was furious, but it was a little fearful. It knew that Fong Ping did not have the strength of a true king level. However, it had also seen Fong Ping's fusion earlier and the slash that made King Huai flee. Initially, when Fong Ping killed a monster plant, it did not want to interfere in this matter. However, Fong Ping actually destroyed the demon's Forbidden Land. This was intolerable. If Fong Ping was allowed to continue killing, the outer area's Forbidden Land would probably be destroyed. Fong Ping, the land of rebirth and the true kings have also entered the Sky Cemetery. You dare to provoke us. Don't blame us for joining forces and invading the land of rebirth to slaughter the humans of your resurrection. Fong Ping snorted coldly. Then he recovered his smile and said, "Don't misunderstand. How could that be? Aren't I just passing by? I'm a quasi-king level powerhouse now, after all. These demons actually didn't give me face. The top can't be humiliated. So what if they're killed? Today, hundreds of true kings have died. Why would they care about such a small loss?" Having said that, Fong Ping reached out and grabbed the mineral vein, saying with a smile, "Compensate for the losses. I'll go back now. This time, everyone has suffered a lot of losses. Brother Tiger, everyone is now the peak combat strength of the three realms. There's no need to fight to the death now, is there?" Having said that, Fong Ping had already grabbed the mineral and thrown it into the storage space. In the distance above Mount Imperial Sea, that tiger monster did not make a sound. Only after he had kept the mineral did he say coldly, "You should go, Fong Ping, when Lord Demon King returns tomorrow." "Don't talk tough," Fong Ping said playfully. "I'm not afraid of threats. If I was, the humans wouldn't have fought with you until the end." Having said that, Fong Ping thought for a while and smiled. Of course, this time, both sides suffered the most. Brother Tiger, think about it more. Who's the winner this time? If there's a chance, it's not impossible to work together. The outer skies, the outer sea, immortal islands, the land of domains, the divine sect, these forces suffered minimal losses this time. In the end, we're the ones who suffered the most. What's the point? Either no one dies, or someone dies. Everyone dies. Look for your remaining true kings. We can talk when we're free." Having said that, Fong Ping said no more. Similarly, he did not attack anymore because his wealth was enough. At this moment, the system screen turned black. This meant that his wealth had exceeded 10 billion points. As for the black screen, it also meant that this tiger was not prepared to fight him. Otherwise, if there was a crisis, his wealth would not have increased. Therefore, Fong Ping was not too afraid. Of course, there was no need to provoke him now. It was not worth it. Very soon, he would enter a period of improvement in his strength. When he really reached the peak, it would not be difficult to kill true kings. There was no need to fight this tiger now. Similarly, the tiger monster beast probably had the same idea. If they were to fight now, who knew who would benefit? Moreover, everyone was panicking now. These true kings were at a loss. Now, it still remembered to return to Thousand Demon Royal Court, just as the human and the monster were talking. In the direction of Nanjiang's passageway, some humans felt the passageway vibrating and sent people to investigate. Very soon, The auras of these two powerhouses were sensed. When they sensed Fong Ping's aura, the people who entered were stunned. Minister Fong? Minister Fong was back. Not only was he back, but he also seemed to be confronting a desperate realm powerhouse. Just as he sensed these, in the next moment, the tiger monster beast retracted its aura and said in a loud voice, Fong Ping, don't think that you can do whatever you want in the land of rebirth, because the Netherworld King is still here. 1,000 demon royal court and a few sleeping ancient demons. Don't you dare force me to summon ancient demons. Fong Ping sneered. Are you trying to scare me? Even if they're probably dying. If they're not dead, will they appear this time? Forget it. I can't be bothered to fight with you. I already said I was passing by. You talk too much nonsense. All right, for now, restrain your demon clan. If the foreign demons dare to attack humans again, don't blame me for killing your nest. As for Sky Ji and Destiny Royal Court, I hope they still have true kings and dare to show up. Otherwise, don't blame me for bullying you when I kill them all. Fong Ping laughed heartily and left with the midair step. Behind him, the tiger monster beast watched him leave and did not enter Mount Royal Sea. After a while, the tiger monster beast also left quickly, in the direction of Nanjiang's passageway. The rank 7 Grandmaster who entered was shocked to the extreme. Fong Ping forced away a desperate realm. Was Fong Ping so strong? At this moment, he could not even wait for Fong Ping to come. He quickly entered the passageway. Soon, he appeared outside Auspicious Peace's passageway. Outside, a large number of troops were stationed in all directions. Zhang Dingnan and the others were waiting. As soon as this Grandmaster came out, he shouted excitedly, Minister Fong! Minister Fong has entered the Nanjiang catacombs. Minister Fong has achieved the peak. A Desperation Realm Demon Clan member was scared away. Although he was very far away and did not hear some of the words, it did not stop him from being ecstatic. He shouted, Humans won! Sino Nation won! Minister Fong is back! As soon as he said that, everything around him paused for a moment. Then, an incomparably loud shout sounded. Victory! Victory! Tens of thousands of people shouted in unison. They were all ecstatic. This time, they were all very worried about the evacuation of the Nanjiang catacombs. Even if a few powerhouses comforted people on TV, to martial artists like them, they knew that some things might not be the same as what they said on TV. But now, Fong Ping was back. Not only that, Fong Ping had actually achieved the peak. He scared away a desperate realm demon in the Nanjiang catacombs. Now, who would not be ecstatic? Zhang Dingnan was also shocked. Fong Ping had become a desperate realm. How long had it been? Fong Ping, who was born in Nanjiang, had actually achieved the peak. In the next moment, Zhang Dingnan roared, Nanjiang has become a desperate realm. In the vast Nanjiang, forget about desperate realm, there had never been a rank 9. Of course, that did not include Fong Ping. But now, Fong Ping had become a desperate realm. It was too unbelievable. Most of the Nanjiang guards were from Nanjiang. At this moment, they were also cheering wildly. Nanjiang has become a desperate realm. Congratulations to Minister Fong. The cheers came one after another. In the past, they did not understand what a desperate realm meant. But now, with the 3 realms ranking list out, who did not know what a desperate realm was? A desperate realm was stronger than a rank 9. Not only was he stronger, but he also killed a rank 9 like slaughtering a chicken. Previously, when Guoxian said that Fong Ping led humans and killed thousands of rank 9s, many people did not believe it. They thought it was an exaggeration. There were not that many rank 9 powerhouses in the entire human race. But now, they all believed it. It was very normal for a desperate realm to kill a rank 9. According to the 3 realms ranking list, those below the true god powerhouse were all ants. Great victory! Minister Fong is mighty, invincible. All of Auspicious Peace was in an uproar. A large number of martial artists flew in all directions to spread this good news. At this moment, these people even forgot that they could do it with a phone call. They forgot, but Zhang Dingnan did not. He quickly asked the people from the Nanjiang House of Governors to spread the news everywhere. Minister Fong achieved a desperate realm. Minister Fong went on a killing spree in the Nanjiang catacombs and killed a desperate realm demon. The Nanjiang catacombs were destroyed. The catacombs dare not say anything. The news had spread too quickly. At this moment, humans also needed such news to cheer them up. Although the government kept comforting them, no one from the desperate realm showed up. No one returned, including a few acting ministers. No one appeared. The martial arts world was still panicking. However, at this moment, no one was panicking anymore. Great victory! Fong Ping actually achieved a desperate realm and killed his way back from the Nanjiang catacombs. It was unbelievable. There were so many true kings in the catacombs. If Fong Ping could do this, it meant that no one could suppress him anymore. The news not only spread in Sino Nation, but also quickly spread to the world. This time, Sino Nation did not act alone. The governments of various countries and the 6 great holy lands were involved. Now that they knew Fong Ping had returned, everyone was excited. McMao, Lu Fengru, and the others who were gathered in the hall received the news very quickly. They were all panting. After catching their breaths, the few of them looked at each other, then at each other in dismay. Tang Feng smiled bitterly. He achieved a desperate realm? It was too fast. It was so fast that he thought he was hearing things. When Fong Ping left, was he not still rank 8? Only 2 days had passed. How did he become a desperate realm? Yes, only 2 days. February 28th, Fong Ping led the team and set off. March 1st, entered the catacombs. And now, March 2nd, who could go from rank 8 to a desperate realm in 2 days? In the crowd, Song Yingji, who had just broken through to rank 7, smiled bitterly. I thought it was incredible that I broke through to rank 7 so quickly. I thought that if he came back this time and saw me at rank 7, his jaw would probably drop. Now forget it. He entered rank 7 very quickly. Fong Ping helped a lot of people to advance their realms. He also benefited from it and entered peak rank 6. However, peak rank 6 was still very far from rank 7. As for him, he broke through to rank 7 so quickly because of the pressure. However, he did not expect Fong Ping to advance. He even crossed rank 9 directly. He was a desperate realm now. Tang Feng and the others had long given up on treatment. Although they felt a little helpless, they were still extremely excited at this moment. They said one after another, "Let's go to Nanjiang to take a look." He actually walked out of Nanjiang. Didn't they say that the vice-chancellor and the others are over at Capital City? In the crowd, someone laughed softly. Vice-chancellor? Isn't the vice-chancellor Fong Ping? Vice-chancellor Wu is not even a nominal vice-chancellor now. He has already entered the Ministry of Education. Everyone roared with laughter. It seemed like it. It was strange to say that Wu Quishan had entered the Ministry of Education. In this appointment announcement, he had already been stripped of his position as MCMAU's vice-chancellor. As for Fong Ping, he still held the position of MCMAU's executive vice-chancellor. Under the situation where the actual vice-chancellor had been removed, Fong Ping was now MCMAU's vice-chancellor in the truest sense. Lu Fengru could not help but laugh. This guy made up his mind a long time ago. He wanted to be the vice-chancellor. Now, his wish has come true. Not only that, he has even become the minister. He will soon become the chairman of that so-called counterattack union. Sigh. Everyone was really a little emotional. It was too fast. Fong Ping entered the university in 2008. Now it was only March 11th. Not even 3 years. In 3 years, Fong Ping had walked a path that others could not finish in a lifetime. The outside world sighed. The Fong family. Fong Yuan, on the other hand, was happy but also a little disappointed. She was happy that Big Brother was coming back, and it seemed like they had won this time. However, it seemed like Big Cat was not coming back. Big Cat is gone. Fong Yuan did not spend much time with Song Cat, but she still liked the fat, lazy cat very much. When Big Cat left this time, it said that it would not come back this time. It even pinched her face for a long time. Now that Big Brother was back, Song Cat was not. It might really be a long time before it came back. I haven't eaten the beef yet. Fong Yuan murmured. When Big Cat left, it took the beef with it. What a pity. Her disappointed mood dissipated very quickly. This was because the phone was ringing. Her own big brother had become a top powerhouse, the leader of mankind, and was now the minister of a department and the chairman of the counterattack union. Fang Yuan felt like she was in a dream. At home, the phone kept ringing. Obviously, some people were calling to congratulate them. Some were happy, some were sad. In Star Town, Council Hall, in the past there were 13 statues. Today there were only 9 statues left. No, 10 statues. Chun Yaozu's statue had been erected here recently. 14 statues. A few years ago, the Yang family's elder ancestor was broken. Today, in just one day, 3 statues were broken. In the hall square, Su Zis's eyes were red and swollen from crying. The elder ancestor had fallen. Just like when the Yang family's elder ancestor had fallen, the Yang family was grieving. Today, Startown was grieving as well. Moreover, no one knew how Grandpa and the others were doing. It was even more worrying. Fatty Zhang Chao was also staring at the statues. Even if Warlord's statue was not broken, he was still worried. His grandfather was among them, and he did not know how things were going. On this day, 3 elder ancestors had died in battle. Star Town was about to be thrown into chaos. At this moment, someone shouted, "Fong Ping has returned. Fong Ping has returned from the top. Everyone, he's back." The heads of the various families have also returned from the forbidden catacombs. Boom! The council hall was in chaos. Everyone threw caution to the wind. Some people flew out of the hall and flew outside. They wanted to know who had returned and who had died in battle. Killing thousands of rank 9s, they dared not imagine how many lives were needed to achieve such a feat. At the same time, everyone was shocked. The Nanjiang catacombs passageway shook. The next moment, Fong Ping appeared outside the passageway. Behind him, Old Wang and the others followed quietly. Not a sound. "I'm back." Fong Ping felt like a lifetime had passed. "I'm back. The humans have won." His laughter spread in all directions. 10 li, 100 li, 500 li. Fong Ping, who had powerful mentality, ignored everything at this moment. His voice overlapped again and again, and continued to spread and spread. He wanted to tell everyone that the humans had won. The plan had succeeded. And this, the price paid, was unimaginable. Chapter 10:15. The humans have won. On this day, this sentence spread all over the country. The powerhouses at the pinnacle, the rank 9 grandmasters, went to the catacombs to start the energy recovery plan. This was what they said before. They did not know what happened. They only knew that the humans had won. It was the truth. The energy had begun to recover. On Earth, all martial artists and even ordinary people could feel it. On this day, the whole world was immersed in a sea of cheers. Excitement, excitement, uplifting. The catacombs were nothing more than this. The outside world, the cheers were like a tide. Outside the Nanjiang catacombs, Fong Ping had been standing there, not moving. The cheers gradually subsided. Gradually, powerhouses arrived from all directions. Zhang Dingnan looked at Fong Ping, whose expression was gradually turning cold. For a moment, he felt a little dizzy. He knew that something had happened. One by one, the powerhouses arrived. Fong Ping was still standing there. Soon in front of him, big screens were erected one by one. The old man who spoke on the television earlier appeared on the screen. Not only him, but the 6 holy lands and various countries' governments also appeared on the screen at this moment. The old man looked sad, no longer as calm as before. He said softly, "Minister Fong, tell us the battle losses." None of the desperate ones returned. Even if someone from Capital City came out, these people did not know what the situation was like in the desperate ones. The various countries already knew some of the situation, but they did not know how the losses were in other places. Only then did Fong Ping move. He said in a low voice, "To the ordinary people, to the masses, I need to motivate them. To you, to the various countries' governments, I need to tell you the truth. Heroes should not be forgotten. Even if they forget for a while, they will eventually be remembered by others. In this battle, The human powerhouses were all bathed in blood, fighting to the end. Pinnacle powerhouses, Sword King, Sun God, Great Pharaoh, First Ancient Buddha, Fong Ping listed the names of 16 powerhouses in succession. As he continued, the faces of the powerhouses from all sides turned pale. It was just 16 names, but it seemed extremely long. In this battle, 16 powerhouses had fallen, and this was not the end, just the beginning. This time, with me leading the 6 holy lands, the Sino nation government in various countries, a total of 100 rank 9 grandmasters and 40 rank 8 grandmasters went, a total of 140 people. 49 ninth grade great grandmasters and 34 8th grade grandmasters had died in battle. Of the 93 experts that have fallen, Kong Lingyuan and Grandmaster Wu Chuan have broken through to the pinnacle and left with the other experts. Only 45 have returned. Yes, 45 people came back, including himself. This time, he brought a total of 140 human experts with him. In the end, only this many survived. In one battle, 49 rank 9 martial artists were killed. This was a great victory. Silence. After the silence, there was an uncontrollable sadness. Even though they were all iron-blooded warriors, at this moment, tears streamed down the faces of the soldiers. 16 paragons died in battle. 49 rank 9s, 34 rank 8s, a total of 99 people. The number of casualties was less than 100. For a war that engulfed the 3 realms, it was insignificant. But these people were the pillars of the entire human race, the backbone of the human race. The sky was falling. On the screen, the old man's body was also trembling. It was the same for the other countries. At this moment, the powerful beings of the 6 holy lands felt as though the world was falling apart. The next moment, Fong Ping's voice was much louder. He bellowed, "But we've won. We killed thousands of enemy rank 9s and hundreds of enemy desperation realms. Humans have won. The paragons and powerhouses from all over the 3 realms have entered the ancestral tomb together. They can't come out anymore. The human race's chance is here. Now, we can no longer be restrained by the top combat strength. We don't have to worry about so many things anymore. We have time to breathe. We killed the Catacombs leader, the Life King. We killed Heavenly Emperor Chong Rong of the 4 Lords of Brahma. The human race's chance is here. I'm telling you all this not so that you can be sad and cry. I'm just telling you how much these heroes have sacrificed in order to fight for this breathing space for us. How many lives have been sacrificed? Remember, everyone must cherish this period of time. In the past, humans were weak. We couldn't walk in the catacombs and couldn't find opportunities. Now we have. The 3 realms are in chaos. More than half of the catacombs' true kings have fallen. Now, all sides can't be united. The momentum of invading Earth has been broken. You must seize this opportunity to find your own opportunities. There are still desperate realm powerhouses left in all sides, but you don't need to worry about them. The top powerhouses won't dare to attack you rashly. We humans have the power to deter them. So many people have been killed. So many people have died. What is it for? For more powerhouses to appear among us humans. For all of us humans to be like dragons. The start of new martial arts is for this. The philosophy of new martial arts is that there are pearls in the sea. And I tell you today, humans are pearls. Everyone has the potential to become a powerhouse. The situation is good, but it doesn't mean it will be good forever. Now, our top powerhouses need support. They are in the Celestial Cemetery, facing a huge crisis. Once all the desperate realm powerhouses have fallen in the Celestial Cemetery, who else can stand up and support this sky? So, in these 2 years, we must send out desperate realm powerhouses to find the Celestial Cemetery. Enter the Celestial Cemetery and support the human powerhouses. Otherwise, the day the Celestial Cemetery is broken, the day humans are extinct. Fong Ping was impassioned. He looked around, looked at the powerhouses who had arrived one after another, and said in a low voice, "Everyone can do it. As long as you have the heart, you can achieve the top. The human race's great path is now easier to walk." This is the general trend. The human race still has a glimmer of hope. They will not be completely extinct. So, we must strengthen ourselves. I hope that half a year later, there will be a team of more than 10 desperate realm powerhouses entering the celestial cemetery to support the seniors. I hope that there will be more desperate realm powerhouses emerging and defeating all sides in the celestial cemetery. When the celestial cemetery is broken, it will be the day humans dominate the three realms. I don't want that day to come. When the celestial cemetery is broken, it will be our doomsday. I don't want the celestial cemetery to be broken, and we will see the human top powerhouses being completely annihilated. Fong Ping's voice was loud, and he shouted, "Everyone, can you do all of this that I hope to see?" I, Fong Ping, cannot do much. I can only do my best to protect everyone and block those three realms powerhouses for you. However, how you walk the path, it is still up to you. Half a year later, can I see 10 desperate realm powerhouses in the human race? If they are afraid, such people will not be able to walk the path of the top. As soon as these words were said, there was a moment of silence. In the next moment, on Startown's side, someone personally rushed over and shouted, "Yes, Startown will definitely have a powerhouse in half a year." The person who spoke was not one of the rank 9s who had returned. On Startown's side, Su Haoran's son, Su Zis's father, a rank 8 martial artist, was in high spirits at this moment. His face was flushed, and he growled, "The Su family's elder ancestor has died in battle. The title of Sword King can only be inherited by the Su family. The Su family will definitely have a powerhouse in half a year." As soon as he finished speaking, a road appeared in front of this man, who was usually unknown and indifferent like a scholar. Almost in the blink of an eye, in the air, a shadow holding a long sword broke open a 200-meter-long road. Under everyone's surprised gaze, Su Mingyu opened his eyes, his gaze shining. The Su family will not let the elder ancestor die in vain. We will not let the human powerhouses die in vain. This scholarly man, at this moment, had a murderous aura that shook the sky. On Startown's side, even Su Zissou felt like she was meeting her father for the first time. "Good!" Fong Ping shouted loudly, laughing. "Good job, Grandmaster Su." The Su family seniors, Su Yunfei and Su Haoran, have a chance to reach the top. Now, Grandmaster Mingyu has advanced to rank 9 third stage in one day. In half a year, I will wait and see who will be the Su family's top. As soon as he finished speaking, Fong Ping laughed again. The Su family's first to advance to the top will continue the title of Sword King. Even if Senior Su Yunfei and Senior Su Haoran are Grandmaster Mingyu's seniors, it will be the same. Sword King, the name of the human leader. His achievements are unparalleled. I hope the Su family will not bring shame to the title of Sword King. The Su family's elder ancestor, the human leader. The title of Sword King should not be inherited by anyone else. But now, the Su family wanted to continue the Sword King's path and pass on the torch. This was the motivation. Su Mingyu did not speak anymore, but the aura on his body was getting stronger and stronger. On the screen, in the ancient Buddha Holy Land, an extremely old monk put his palms together and murmured, "The ancient Buddha Holy Land will not disappoint the ancient Buddhas. In half a year, a top will definitely appear. In the god's heaven, in half a year, the sun god will descend. In the world of 10,000 pagodas, the pharaoh will appear. In Totem City, another totem will appear. In the Andes Mountains, the glory of our ancestors will not be extinguished." One by one, the powerhouses growled. The glory of their ancestors would not become a thing of the past. It would only continue. Their ancestors were still alive and waiting for their reinforcements. Just like what Fong Ping said, they did not want to see the day the sky tomb was broken, to welcome the news of their ancestors' death. Seeing this, Fong Ping laughed again. "Good. Then I will gather all the powerhouses here in half a year to search for the sky tomb and enter the sky tomb to help in the battle." Since all parties said this, it might not be boasting. Before some of the top masters left, they passed on their complete legacy. Now that the top masters had fallen, among all parties, there might be someone who could walk this path again. Zhang Tao's fusion of the path was not the same. As long as it was not following the path of the six powerhouses, others could also achieve the path. Half a year later, humans might really have many top masters. At this moment, Fang Ping suddenly felt much more relaxed. Everyone was working hard. They were not the only ones fighting alone. 10 days later, we will hold a meeting in Magic City. We will discuss how to defend the 107 catacombs passageways. No, how to counterattack the catacombs. Fang Ping suddenly changed his words, saying loudly, "We humans still have an emperor level. In this 3 realms, we humans are the strongest. After 100 years of suppression, the humans should rise up and fight back. Suppress the 3 realms. Counterattack." At this moment, from all directions, a large number of powerhouses growled one after another, their vitality soaring to the sky. Heaven and earth were reflected in a blood-red color. The humans still had an emperor-level powerhouse. Now, the situation in the 3 realms had changed. The humans were no longer the weakest party, no longer the party suppressed by the catacombs. They had the ability to counterattack and change everything. Everyone was full of confidence and unusually excited. Even the sadness from before had been washed away. Star City's side wanted to ask where Commander Li Jun was recuperating. After thinking about it, they decided not to ask. According to Fang Ping, Commander Li's injuries were not light. Now he needed to recuperate in secret, just in case. If that was the case, then they should not ask. It might not be a good thing if more people knew. Behind Fang Ping, Old Wang and the other 2 were trembling slightly. What a big lie! Fang Ping's lie did not only lie to Mount Wanwu, but also to the 3 realms. He was also lying to the humans themselves. Now everyone thought that the humans still had a powerhouse close to an emperor-level existence who was only injured. Looking at everyone's excited looks, the 3 of them dared not imagine what kind of impact it would cause if a crisis really came and Li Jun did not come out. It was unimaginable. The 3 of them looked at each other, their eyes revealing bitterness. Only Fang Ping could do something like this. If it were the 3 of them, they would not dare to tell such a big lie in front of all the leaders. If their psychological endurance was not strong enough, they would break down themselves. Lie to the entire 3 realms. They were trembling. Fang Ping looked calm. How could he not lie? Was he supposed to tell everyone that the humans did not have a paragon now? That there was only a pseudo-paragon here? If that was really the case, he was afraid that the humans would soon become the target of bullying in the eyes of all parties. Not only did he want to lie, but he wanted to lie truthfully. One day, when he had time, he would find a place to burst out Li Jun's aura. Although it was a little difficult to forge, it was not a big deal to catch a glimpse of it. The premise was that his mentality could recover quickly and improve further. Look how passionate all parties were now, because from the weakest force, in the blink of an eye, to become the only force with an emperor-level powerhouse, to become the strongest. The boost to their confidence was incomparable. The conversation in Nanjiang ended quickly. Fang Ping was tired. Everyone was tired. After ending the conversation, Fang Ping entered the Rue and Commander Manor to rest. He did not meet any other guests, and no one went to disturb him. Not long after the humans ended their conversation, deep in the Forbidden Sea, a faintly discernible door flashed and disappeared. It was not a heavenly tomb, nor was it a fake heavenly tomb forged by Tsang Mao. There were many heavenly realm fragments. Behind the door was a new world. Very, very big, a brand new world. Like the immortal world, birds chirped and flowers fragrant. In this world, there was a sun, there were clouds, there was everything. Huge palaces surrounded the world. The outermost layer had a total of 72 incomparably huge palace buildings, separated by thousands of miles surrounding this world. One layer, one world. Below the palaces, there were people, villages, towns. This was a true God's country. Every true god had a country that belonged to them. 72 temples surrounded the outermost layer. Looking forward along the temple, it continued to spread. Soon, 8 larger temples formed the second layer's core circle. Spreading further inside, 3 huge palaces surrounded a huge building that looked like the heavenly court. Divine Sect, 72 Lord Gods, 8 venerable emperors, 3 great guardians, and the Divine Sect's hierarch, King Kuin, formed this world. Not long after the humans ended their conversation, on the central temple square, a figure flashed and appeared. After a while, 5 or 6 shadows appeared here. Greetings, Guardian. A few powerhouses who came later bowed one after another. The powerhouse who was called Guardian had an illusory face that could not be seen. At this moment, he said slowly, the hierarch and the 3 great guardians entered the heavenly tomb. 8 great guardians, 3 of them died in the early years. I don't know the identity of the other 4. I don't know if they entered the heavenly tomb or if they are hiding. 72 Lord Gods, many have died over the years. This time, many have entered the heavenly tomb. Now, only a few Lord Gods can be summoned back. Looking at the few shadows beside him, this venerable emperor continued, according to the intelligence, Fong Ping has returned to the human world. Li Jun did not enter the heavenly tomb. Instead, he hid in a place and was healing. If Li Jun wanted to hide, only the bitter see. Before the hierarch left, he said that the human world was in great trouble. This time, the departure of the heavenly king and the martial king, the hierarch and the 3 great guardians, was a crisis and an opportunity. Although the divine sect's strength was greatly damaged, the same was true for the human world and all other parties. I want to go out of the divine realm to find Li Jun, kill Li Jun, and eradicate future troubles. All of you need to take the opportunity to stir up trouble everywhere and let the divine sect become the only one in the 3 realms. This time, the hierarch of the divine sect in the human world also entered the heavenly tomb with the human powerhouses. The divine sect's power in the human world was previously destroyed by Fong Ping and the heavenly division. I want to rebuild the divine sect in the human world. The human world is united. If there is a great change in the future, it will be the divine sect's great enemy. Do you have a good plan? As soon as the voice fell, someone said quickly, Lord Guardian, although the human world is united, it is not without opportunities. The human world was originally a secular world with strong desires. Now, the human world was not unified. The heavenly king and the martial king could still suppress it. Now, the heavenly king and the martial king have left. The netherworld king is hiding to heal, and the other true gods have all entered the heavenly tomb. This is the opportunity for the divine sect to strengthen. When the guardian finds the netherworld king and kills him, the human world will be another branch of the divine sect, even if the martial king and the others return the next day. At this time, the person who spoke laughed and said, the strength of the martial king on the emperor's path is that the people are united. Once the people's hearts turn against him, he will be a fake emperor and will not be supported by the human world. The emperor's path will collapse. At that time, even if the martial king does not die, he will be a useless person. Before the Tao appeared, before the heaven-human realm wall opened, in fact, no one wanted to sacrifice the human world. It was useless. However, it was necessary to control the human world. At the critical moment, they could directly go to the blood sacrifice instead of having to fight endlessly. All parties wanted to infiltrate the human world. Otherwise, at the final juncture, the martial king and the others would sacrifice themselves and step into the emperor's path. Everything would be for naught. The martial king might not do it, but it did not mean that other people at the peak of the human world would not do it. Some people even suspected that the heavenly king was waiting for this opportunity. All these years, the divine sect had tried to infiltrate the human world many times, but they were all blocked by the heavenly king. Was the heavenly king really protecting the human world? Not necessarily. King Kuin had once guessed that this old guy might be waiting for an opportunity to treat the human world as a forbidden land. The moment the Tao appeared, it might be the time when the heavenly king advanced to the emperor realm. This person's words made the guardian nod slightly, and he said with a smile, "Then you, perfected Lord Dizhou, will lead this matter. If the Pope of the human world is not here, You will be the Pope of the human world. Rebuild the divine sect. In addition, try your best to contact Fong Ping and see if you can find Li Jun. Li Jun is hiding. Once his recovery is over, I'm afraid he will be a big problem. Guardian, why don't we threaten the human world now? Li Jun will appear, someone suggested. If they directly threaten the human world now, with the personality of these powerhouses in the human world, Li Jun would naturally appear. Do it in secret. Don't make it big. The Guardian also answered straightforwardly. Why do they have to do it in secret? There was no other reason. They could not kill him. They were afraid of death. He killed the descendant of the Heavenly King in front of many people. Did he not want to live anymore? But if they killed Li Jun in secret, then there would be no such trouble. The true God who suggested forcing Li Jun to appear, the Guardian glanced at him and did not say anything, but he snorted coldly in his heart. He harbored evil intentions. Killing an ordinary descendant of the Li family might not be a big deal. But killing a descendant who walked the Emperor path and was also close to the Emperor rank, it would be strange if the Heavenly King did not kill him. That Heavenly King powerhouse was extremely powerful. He did not participate in the battle previously, but he also sensed it. Even the two Heavenly Kings joined forces could not suppress him. He was just an ordinary Emperor rank. Once he was targeted, King Kuan could not protect him. However, if he killed Li Jun secretly, King Kuan would only be overjoyed. Without confirming who killed Li Jun, if the Heavenly King dared to retaliate, it would probably make the powerhouses of the three realms feel threatened. And in the end, the Heavenly King would not be able to escape death. This Emperor rank powerhouse weighed the pros and cons clearly. He had to take the benefits, but he could not offend the Heavenly King too much. This was the right way. Since he said so, the others did not say anything more. Soon someone said, Lord Guardian, that Wang Jinyang's strength is improving rapidly, and the few Extreme Path Heavenly Emperors are suspected to be Wang Jinyang and the others. Why not kill them secretly, seize the divine weapons, or even the Extreme Path Heavenly Emperor Dao? Those people have not entered rank 9 yet. The Dao might not appear now. The Guardian thought for a while and said, besides, if Li Jun is not dead, he should also be paying attention. Kill them. Li Jun will definitely appear. Kill Li Jun first, then kill these people. But, someone said hesitantly, these people's cultivation speed is too fast. I'm worried that if we don't kill them soon, it might cause trouble in the future. The Guardian said lightly, trouble in the future? Can they become emperor? If they did not become emperor, then he had the confidence to kill them. Now that Fong Ping and the others made a move, what if they lured Li Jun out? It had to be said that Fong Ping's unintentional action also saved his life. If he did not say that Li Jun was still outside the Sky Cemetery, this emperor would probably attack him for the divine weapons. This Guardian was afraid of the Heavenly King's revenge, afraid that if he made a move, it would cause Li Jun to appear, and both sides would fight a bloody battle. Killing Li Jun would cause big trouble. King Kuan was not afraid. The three great guardians might not be afraid, but he was still afraid. Even a Heavenly King might not be able to kill a saint, but it was not too difficult to kill an ordinary emperor like him. Seeing that they were still a little hesitant, the Guardian said lightly, if you can't find Li Jun in half a year, kill Fong Ping and the others. At that time, the other three people who were suspected to be the reincarnations of the Extreme Path Heavenly Emperor should also step into the origin. It will be more suitable to make a move at that time. You don't have to worry about this. Infiltrate the human world, the land realm, the bitter sea, the immortal island, and the outland. The divine sect is the future master of the three realms. Yes. The true gods responded one after another. At this moment, the Guardian said again, Venerable Emperor Fengyun's real body has not appeared, and I also don't know where his real body is. The three realms ranking needs to continue. Show all the hidden powerhouses now. Let them fight against each other, and the divine sect will benefit from it. Yes. Several people responded again. The work of collecting the hidden powerhouses of the three realms naturally needed them to do. The three realms ranking had played a lot of role before. If not for the appearance of the three realms ranking, Li Zhu might not have been noticed. Soon, Everyone dispersed. The guardian paused for a moment and looked sideways at the main hall in front of the square. King Kuan had left, and the three great guardians had left. Maybe he could also enter this place? But now is not the time. Kill Li Jun. Maybe I can get a glimpse of the Emperor's path, or even the Heavenly King's path. Then kill Fong Ping and the others, seize the divine weapon, enter the temple again, and get a glimpse of the Celestial Emperor's path. At this moment, all kinds of thoughts rose in the Guardian's mind. King Kuan wanted to become an emperor, and so did he. No one did not want to. There might be a chance. This time, when the powerhouses entered the Celestial Cemetery, it was his biggest chance. Was there anyone stronger than him in the three realms? Maybe he was the strongest person in the three realms. I can even take the opportunity to unify the three realms and become the master of the three realms. His ambition burst forth in an instant. Before this, there had never been such a thing. Before this, there were too many people suppressing him. Now, in the three realms, the only one who knew that he had the strength to compete with him was probably the seriously injured Li Jun. The Celestial Cemetery appeared at the right time. The Guardian murmured. Then his figure dissipated and disappeared. Chapter 10:16. March 2nd. The three realms were in turmoil. Fate Monarch, Chong Rong Heavenly Emperor, and several other venerable sovereigns had died. Even though Ji Yao wanted to cover it up, the news still spread quickly. 99% of the experts above the True God realm would enter the Heaven Tomb in search of opportunities to become emperors. With the disappearance of the heavenly grave and the closing of the gates, it was likely that they would not be able to enter or exit in the short term. At this moment, there were even rumors that those who entered the heavenly tomb might not be able to return. The three realms became even more chaotic. Some of the experts from the king's territory became restless. The Catacombs dynasty and the divine sect were also in turmoil. Before this, with the true king holding the fort, the rank 9 powerhouses were just vassals. Now that the true monarch had not appeared, and up until now, the Sky Plant's royal court had not had a true monarch powerhouse step forward to clean up the mess. This instantly threw the Sky Plant's royal court into chaos. It wasn't just the inner region that was in chaos. At this moment, the outer region was even more turbulent. In the past, the outer realm had always been a subsidiary. But now, the alien experts suddenly realized that they might be able to dominate the entire God continent. A large number of rank 9 powerhouses perished in the battlefield of the Grand Duke. For example, more than half of the Hall Masters of the Skyplant Royal Court had died in battle. The few who were lucky enough not to go had managed to escape. Most of the experts in the origin were dead. In this way, the number of rank 9 powerhouses in the 108 outer territories might not be much less than the inner territories. Now that the inner region was in turmoil and the outer region was not as rich as the inner region, why not take this opportunity to enter the inner region? The Catacombs was in turmoil. Li Yi and Ji Yao did not have the power to suppress the unrest. The royal court was in a state of turmoil, and a storm was brewing. It was the same for realm beyond Avalon. All the venerable sovereigns had disappeared, and many real gods had also left. The forces with real gods were fine, but the forces without real gods were all panicking at the moment. The situation in the overseas immortal islands was even worse. With the disappearance of the true god, a large number of rank 9 beasts suddenly appeared in the Forbidden Sea. They even began to gather. It seemed like they intended to attack the 33 immortal islands and seize the resources and treasures. In the past, with Avarch overseeing things, the demon race in the Forbidden Sea didn't dare to act recklessly. But now, without the restriction, the Forbidden Sea was too big. It was vast and boundless. These beasts began to gather. Not only that, there were even true God realm beasts that did not have time to enter the sky grave, and they also began to gather in the area of the 33 immortal islands. A large number of demons also gathered in the Royal Sea Mountain Range, a forbidden area of the demon race. For a time, everyone was in a precarious situation, and they were ill at ease. On the other hand, the human world was much more stable. The plan was originally proposed by the humans themselves. Before Zhang Tao and the others left, they had already arranged the follow-up. With that, when Fang Ping's group returned, Li Changsheng and the others came back one after another, and the turmoil was reduced to its lowest point. Everything was developing in the direction that was beneficial to mankind. All of this was within Fang Ping's expectations. Humans did not have a clear understanding of the three realms to begin with. It had only been a few years since the world was dominated by martial artists. Before this, the pinnacle was not obvious, unlike the catacombs and other places, where true gods and venerable emperors were the heavens. In the human world, many people did not know about this. Out of the few peak experts that they were familiar with, only the heads of the three divisions, Li Jun rarely appeared. The only one he was truly familiar with was Zhang Tao. Because of this, the impact of Zhang Tao and the others' disappearance was not as great as the true king's disappearance in the catacombs. This also reduced the turbulence to the lowest point. Rui, an admiral mansion. Fang Ping had occupied the entire House of Commander's cultivation room, and no one felt that it was inappropriate. On the top floor of the cultivation room, right now, Fang Ping was taking inventory of his loot. This time he had gained a lot. His wealth had been depleted previously, but now it had exceeded 10 billion points. Even if the two divine weapons had increased a lot in order to kill Life Kings, he had also consumed a lot. Excluding the divine weapons, Fang Ping had gained more than 6 billion wealth points from entering the catacombs this time. This meant that there were at least 60 trillion worth of resources. Storage rings, a total of 22. 6 are from true gods. 16 were obtained from killing rank 9s in the land of kings' battlefields. When Fang Ping took out the 22 storage rings, the few people around him looked at him expectantly. Actually, Old Wang and the rest did not lack these. With their current strength, some treasures could not help them. But humans needed these. Fang Ping was not in a hurry to check the things. He thought for a while and said, "No matter how much I gain now, it feels like it's too little, because this time we have to give it out. The 6 holy lands and countries all over the world have to give it out. We can only keep some things that we urgently need." The peak experts were all gone. Fang Ping realized bitterly that he had to help support a lot of forces. He had to support them. In the past, what did the 6 holy lands have to do with him? This time, however, the peak experts of the 6 holy lands suffered heavy casualties. The rank 9s were also fighting a bloody battle, and even more had died. Under such circumstances, Fang Ping had no choice but to take care of them. "I've used all the cat fruits myself. The most important thing now is to wake up the few rank 9s who have been sleeping until now." Fang Ping smiled bitterly again. Wang Qinghai, Zheng Tao, and Nan Yinping were still sleeping soundly. If they did not wake up soon, a world war would break out. These few would either never wake up, or they would wake up at world peace. The few of them could not help but laugh. Li Hansong chuckled and said, "Why don't we let them continue to sleep? The next time they wake up, the world will be at peace." Save it. Many rank 9s died in battle this time. I'm still hoping that a peak expert will emerge from these people. Any rank 9s was the hope of a peak expert. Among the 3 sleeping rank 9s, one of them might become a desperate realm. How could Fang Ping give up? Ignoring them, Fang Ping began to count the spoils of war. Among the spoils of war, the most basic things were energy stones, energy liquids, and life essence. The energy stones were mainly snatched by Fang Ping himself. Powerhouses did not carry many of these. True kings almost would not carry them. However, there were some life essence and energy liquids. Energy stones, 5 tons, 10,000 caddies, worth 3 trillion. 5 tons. Fang Ping said it casually, as if it was not much. Energy liquids are all basic concentration. 5 times the concentration, 1 ton, worth 3 trillion too. Life essence, about 2,000 caddies too. 5 billion per caddy, worth 5 trillion. Storage rings, 22 of them, about 500 cubic meters in total. I'm afraid it's no less than 20 trillion. Just as he said that, Li Hansong muttered, "Storage rings are that expensive?" Fong Ping laughed. Of course it's expensive. Humans may have developed space rings now, but if they want to stabilize space, the space is frighteningly small. 1 cubic meter is considered huge. Under normal circumstances, half a cubic meter is the standard. Even this is shockingly expensive. Humans had already developed space rings. However, powerhouses were needed to cut space. Not only that, top-notch powerhouses were also needed to solidify space, forming a space similar to the space battlefield. The cost was extremely high. Therefore, it was not the time to popularize it yet. On Sino Nation's side, the few space rings that were introduced first were all experimental. Now, they were given to some rank 9 martial artists to use for free. The space rings that Fong Ping had seized in the past were all 1 cubic meter, worth about 50 billion. Even the system calculated it this way. Obviously, the storage rings were worth this price. Just these few items alone were worth more than 30 trillion. In other words, the other things that he seized this time were probably worth about the same as this. This time, Fong Ping did not find any treasures similar to the 100 honing fruit. The weakest who died in battle were rank 8. Rank 8s almost did not have any storage rings. 16 storage rings, all from rank 9 powerhouses, 6 from true king powerhouses. How could there be these treasures for middle and low ranks? Rank 9 divine weapons 9. This is not bad. Some true kings actually left divine weapons behind. Fong Ping counted and was somewhat satisfied. Humans still lack divine weapons now. 9 was not a small number. Old Man Li, that prodigal fellow. This time, Fong Ping gave him 2 swords, both of which were shattered by him. Fong Ping had thought that there would at least be 1 left this time. This time, it was not just 1 or 2 powerhouses who had their divine weapons shattered. Even 9 were not enough. Old Man Li, this fellow, I think he needs to prepare at least a desperate divine weapon. Fong Ping shook his head slightly and continued looking. There are many energy fruits. Most of them are from rank 9 monster plants. There are also desperate fruits, Fong Ping said, suddenly stunned. I didn't see Tian Yu this time. The few of them looked at him. Fong Ping frowned. Tian Yu did not appear from the beginning to the end. This fellow did not come to the battle this time? That's right. It took root in Sky Plant's Imperial City. When it left, Sky Plant's Imperial City's defense system collapsed. That's why it did not come at all. Monster plants were not like monsters. Destiny Royal Court's Xian Long came to the battle. It tried to kill Fong Ping a few times, but it was held up by others. In the end, it also entered the Sky Cemetery. Tian Yu, however, did not appear. In that case, Sky Plant's Imperial Court now has at least 2 true kings, Tian Yu and King Huai. However, Tian Yu belongs to the Guardian Royal Court. Right now, I don't know if it returned to the Guardian Royal Court or continued to stay in Sky Plant's Imperial Court. Fong Ping quickly ignored this. It was not strange that each family had some true kings left behind. King Pingshan and that ferocious tiger monster were still alive. About 50 rank 9 energy fruits. Desperation energy fruits, a total of 9. Rank 9 energy fruits with slightly better effects were worth more than 100 billion. Desperation energy fruits were worth trillions. These energy fruits were worth more than 15 trillion. Rank 9 divine weapons were also worth more than 1 trillion. Including the things from before, the value was about 46 trillion. With this calculation, Fong Ping was looking forward to it. In that case, the other things were worth at least about 20 trillion. But these powerhouses did not bring many things. No one would bring trash like low-ranked energy stones. Their storage space was not considered big. Of course, they brought useful things. At this moment, there were less than 30 things left in front of Fong Ping. This meant that the average value was more than 600 billion. Some of the things in front of him were stored in jade boxes. These were either energy fruits or pills. Some of them looked like they were sealed and were black in color. Fong Ping was also considered a knowledgeable person. It was mainly because he had read the atlas in the Catacombs Palace of 100 Kings and seen many treasures. Unless the catacombs did not even have them, his knowledge was considered outstanding among humans. Fong Ping had always thought that being knowledgeable was the mark of a big boss. The current him was very knowledgeable, so he was now considered one of the big bosses of the three realms. This was not wrong at all. This is Jade Sky Grass? Fong Ping opened a jade box, a little surprised. The others looked at him. Fong Ping explained, Jade Sky Grass. This thing is not produced by a monster plant with a consciousness. It should be considered a treasure. Its function is also simple. It is used to cleanse energy. Cleanse energy? You mean cleanse? That's what I mean. Fong Ping laughed. Martial artists, after all, need to absorb a lot of energy stones and consume various treasures. The energy is more or less mixed. Ordinary people can't cleanse it. This thing is specially used for cleansing. Its effect is very strong. Of course, I don't need it. I'm a 9th refinement golden body. The repellent energy has been expelled. Fong Ping glanced at the three of them. Suddenly, he looked at Li Hansong and said, Iron Head, use it. Although your golden body is strong, it is very mixed now. The external energy you absorb is too complicated and not pure enough. I see that you have the realm of a 7th refinement golden body now, but it feels very superficial. Having said that, Fong Ping threw the box to him. Take it and cleanse it. Maybe you can enter 8th refinement golden body soon. Li Hansong mumbled. Fong Ping heard it and said impatiently, 9th refinement golden body? With your situation, I don't think you can count on it. As for the matter of you guys going against the origin, we'll talk about this later. I'll ask the cat first. He could communicate with the cat. However, he was worried that the cat was fighting now. It was best to wait for the cat to take the initiative to talk to him. Fong Ping continued to look at the treasures. Soon, he said with a surprised look, Whose thing is this? The heart core of a desperate monster plant? This guy killed a desperate monster plant before? He was a little surprised. Even if a desperate monster plant was killed, it was difficult to leave a heart core and brain core behind. Many monsters died in battle this time. He did not see these left behind. Even if there were, they had been snatched away. There were so many true king powerhouses and so many human powerhouses. Other than Li Jun, who exploded his emperor weapon, Fong Ping did not see many true divine weapons. Of course, it was not that there were none. Some people still had them, but they were too few. Among those who had defeated true god-level powerhouses in the battle, there were not more than 5 who had true divine weapons. As for emperor weapons, they were pitifully few. Did 3 or 4 have them? Those heavenly king powerhouses almost did not use weapons. He saw Moon Spirit had 2 divine weapons. The others' heavenly king seals were considered semi-divine weapons. I wonder who the earthly emperor sword belongs to. Fong Ping went to kill the life king in the end. He really did not know. When he came out, those people ran fast. He did not know if they were recalled by Moon Spirit. A desperate monster plant's heart core. It was very difficult to forge a peak divine weapon with a single heart core. Even if it was forged, it might only be a top-notch rank 9 divine weapon. After thinking for a while, Fong Ping said, I'll see if I can forge a top-notch rank 9 divine sword for old man Li later, so that he doesn't break his divine weapon every time. When he saw the 3rd item, Fong Ping was stunned. The others were stunned too. Cat fruit? Everyone was stunned. Fong Ping's expression changed. Where is this cat tree? I didn't see it this time, but I saw the cat fruit at Pine King's place before, at Li Zhu's place, and now, this is the 3rd one. This fellow is definitely related to the Heavenly Plant's royal court. Otherwise, why would so many cat fruits appear? The cat fruit is good stuff. It's especially effective in repairing the origin space. I really want to catch this fellow now and make it bear fruit for us. Fong Ping felt a little regretful. He did not know where the cat tree had hidden itself. Otherwise, he would not be afraid of the cat tree. The old cat said that its origin was flawed. It was scared stiff when it saw the heavenly hound. It would be great if it could be brought back to bear fruit. If the cat tree was here, he would not have to worry about Wang Qinghai and the rest not waking up. They were all injured in their origin. The cat fruit had the best effect in restoring the origin. This is for Vice-Chancellor Nan Yunping. Fong Ping made the final decision. Nan Yunyue had participated in the battle. In the end, she seemed to be injured quite badly. The Absolute Peak's family still had to be partial. After all, these Absolute Peak had sacrificed too much. The heavenly fruit can produce large amounts of origin energy. This has the best effect in expanding the source world. I'll keep it. Fong Ping checked out the treasures one by one. He was quite satisfied. The things that Wang Qinghai and the other two needed to restore were almost gathered. These three should be able to recover quickly and wake up. Not only that, there were things that strengthened the golden body and strengthened mentality. There were quite a lot of these treasures. There were also some medicinal pills used by some ancient martial arts powerhouses. Fong Ping did not recognize some of them, but he could generally identify them. There were recovery pills, healing pills, and cultivation pills. A map. Fong Ping opened a beast skin map casually. This beast skin seemed to be a rank 9 beast skin. This was found in a true god powerhouse's storage ring. Fong Ping opened it and took a look. Then he said in surprise, a map of celestial realm fragments? This fellow found this. I wonder if he has explored it before. Some celestial realm fragments could move, some could not. Since the map was left behind, it might not move. However, Fong Ping's head hurt looking at it. Fong Ping could not understand the wavy lines drawn on the map on the Forbidden Sea. There were no landmarks. The reason why he knew that it was a celestial realm fragment was because a crack had opened in midair, revealing some things. The guy who drew had a decent foundation. However, Fong Ping still despised him for a while. Could it not be shown in a crystal book? These old antiques did not know how to make things convenient for others at all. He threw the map aside. Very quickly, Fong Ping picked up a book again. He frowned slightly and took out another item from his storage space. This was what he got from killing the female true god. 72 Lord God's name list. Fong Ping did not know if the owner of this storage ring was killed by the people from the divine sect later, or if he had died before. If it was before, then it would be interesting. The 72 Lord Gods that represented the divine sect might have infiltrated various forces. Fong Ping took a look at the female true god Ming Yu's album of names. 12 names were crossed out. This might mean that 12 people had died that year. Fong Ping also took a look at this new name list. 22 names were crossed out. Ming Yu and the other 3 were there. He was there too. Later, the divine sect sent 30 true gods. Old Wang and the rest killed too. That makes 37. Fong Ping calculated. If that was the case, then it would be 55. 72 Lord Gods. About 55 people were confirmed to be dead or had entered the celestial cemetery. The remaining 17, perhaps some of them had infiltrated other forces and entered together. If this name list is the latest one, it means that there are still many people from the divine sect who have not left this time. Fong Ping sighed. 17 Lord Gods' whereabouts were unknown. Even if half of them had infiltrated other forces, at least 7 or 8 had not left. The divine sect's strength was still extremely strong. Old Wang said in a low voice, "Do you think the Grand Pope is one of the Lord Gods?" Fong Ping nodded. "Possibly. If not, it's their venerable emperor." Whether the Grand Pope is a venerable emperor, it's hard to say. To be able to hide it from old Zhang for so long, it's not easy. Even Heavenly King Suppression didn't seem to notice the other party's existence. Fong Ping said and laughed. "No matter who it is, they have all gone in. Don't think about him. The Grand Pope must have left. If he was among the top humans, then he would definitely enter the celestial cemetery this time." However, it was probably not a very important, desperate situation. There were still some people who knew about old Zhang's plan. If the Grand Pope knew about it, the divine sect would not have entered. Of course, it could not be ruled out that the divine sect had entered deliberately. It was also possible that they went with the flow. There are at least 7 or 8 true gods in the divine sect who have not left. This force that overturned the Earth Emperor God dynasty and the era of sects is indeed not simple. King Kuan could organize so many powerhouses. He was not simple either. The 3 great saints had surrendered to him. Fong Ping suspected that King Kuan might have some unknown tricks up his sleeves. Otherwise, how could a saint surrender to someone so easily? Even if his father was the earthly emperor, it would not work unless the earthly emperor was still alive. Faceless, who was killed by me previously, said that Heavenly Hound's corpse is in the divine sect headquarters. I don't know if it's true or not. I still have to go take a look when I have time. After all, it's Cat's old buddy. If the divine sect really took it away, I still have to get it back. At the thought of this, Fong Ping thought of the divine sect messenger that he had let go of previously. Perhaps the breakthrough was still with him. When he had time later, he would kill him and see if he could impersonate him and enter the divine sect headquarters. At this moment, Fong Ping had also finished checking the spoils of war. He was a little disappointed. There were no particularly amazing treasures. Of course, any one of these treasures would be a treasure to a rank 9 powerhouse. But for Fong Ping, it was not enough. After thinking for a while, Fong Ping muttered, "The treasures that I need now are mainly treasures related to the origin path. Ordinary ones really won't do. To enhance the origin path, I need a lot of origin chi and strong willpower. Another thing is to expand the origin world. It's best if it's a treasure like the cat fruit that can expand my origin world." Fong Ping calculated for a while. Ordinary treasures were useless to him now. As for the enhancement of his physique, he only needed the imperishable substance. He mainly needed to enhance the origin space and the origin path. The former needed to be consolidated. The stronger and bigger it was, the more advantageous it would be to fight in the origin space. Fong Ping seriously suspected that the cat liked to drag people into the origin space and stab them to death because its origin world was incomparably powerful. This cat ate the cat fruit like it was a fruit. The origin world was incomparably sturdy. If ordinary true gods fought with it in the origin world, their origin world would probably be smashed by the cat world instantly. My origin world needs to be consolidated. Not only that, it's best if I can integrate the materialized Sun City into the origin world and create a real world. The more complicated the origin world was, the more it could be consolidated. Integrating a world in the origin world was generally something that only heavenly king powerhouses could do. Fong Ping's previous idea was to fill the materialized object with imperishable substance. Now that he thought about it, it might not be the right way. Of course, I can fill it with imperishable substance after integrating it into the origin world. Oh, right. Does the imperishable substance have any effect on the origin world to consolidate? Fong Ping did not know. He could try all these. If he could really create a world forged from imperishable substance in the origin world, then he would have powerful means to fight enemies in the future. I already have the residents, those fellows in the origin world. Fong Ping laughed suddenly. Did this count as a sudden whim of his? There were many people in his origin world. Of course, they were just virtual projections. However, he had built Sun City. It was not bad to let these people live in it. There's an old Zhang in there too. The next time I meet old Zhang, I'll invite him to my origin world to have a chat with the old Zhang in there. The more Fong Ping thought about it, the happier he was. Wang Jinyang and the rest were speechless. What were they thinking? Fong Ping, this fellow, had a big heart. There were a lot of things to do now. Was he not nervous when he was secretly happy here alone? Fong Ping could not be bothered with them. He glanced at the black screen of the system again. How long will the system upgrade take this time? Will there be new functions appearing? Fong Ping did not know. Previously, he had analyzed the origin world. According to the system situation, if it upgraded this time, would there be higher-level functions appearing? Or perhaps there were none at all? Let's wait and see. Fong Ping's feelings were still very complicated. On the one hand, he hoped that there would be, but on the other hand, he actually hoped that there would be none. If there was none, it meant that this was the limit of the system. This also meant that the system's ability was actually also limited. The future. Let's talk about the future. Chapter 1017. He was waiting for the system upgrade to complete. At the same time, in a broken small world, Warlord carried Zhang Tao on his back and fled quickly. Behind them, many powerhouses were chasing after them. Warlord gritted his teeth and said in a low voice, "A bunch of lackeys. Instead of looking for their own opportunities after entering the Sky Cemetery, they're still listening to those guys' orders. How stupid. With the opportunities, they can become emperors on their own. Why do they still need to listen to those emperors and heavenly kings?" Warlord cursed. After entering the Sky Cemetery, the human powerhouses began to scatter and flee. If they gathered again, they would be easily captured by those heavenly kings. At this point, it was better to scatter and flee. He fled with the heavily injured Zhang Tao and became a thorn in the side of all parties. Both the catacombs and the divine sect sent powerhouses to hunt them down. Although Warlord's strength was not bad, 5 true gods were enough to kill him. Zhang Tao was now in a coma. He did not have the strength to resist. Those heavenly kings and emperors had all gone to look for opportunities. These true gods became the main force of the hunt. When Zhang Tao recovers, I'll kill all of you. Let's see if you can still chase after me then. After cursing for a while, Warlord turned around and roared, "Maple King, you're a lackey. You're a lackey. You said so many people died, but you're still alive. Looks like you'll be a lackey for a few more years. I don't even know if I should pity you." Maple King was cold and said nothing. "You won't say that when I catch up to you." At this moment, Maple King was the leader, followed by more than 10 true god powerhouses. They chased after Warlord. Warlord and Zhang Tao were both going to die. They ran one after the other. At this time, the sound of the wind behind them became louder. Under the astonished gaze of the Maple King, a fat cat flashed by and disappeared, also cursing. "Come after me. I'm not afraid of you. I'll stab you to death sooner or later. I have people. I've ambushed 100 emperors here in the sky cemetery. When I summon them, I'll stab you all to death." The cat kept muttering, looking back at the people chasing after them from time to time. "Who's that? Earthly sovereign's son? When you were young, I peed in your teacup. You drank my pee, and now you want to kill me? Do you believe that I'll curse you?" At the back, King Kuen's face turned green. That was not all. The cat turned around again and mumbled, "That Li Zhu, isn't he a rebel? This cat seems to remember who you are. You rebel against your master. I hate people like you the most. I remember Big Dog hitting you in the past. Your face was covered in dog claws." Upon hearing this, even Li Zhu, who had always been calm, could hardly keep his composure. Suppressing the anger in his heart, Li Zhu smiled faintly and said, "Emperor Song, tell us the location of the 9 emperor fruits and the 9 emperor seals. No one wants to kill you. We're just asking." "Bah, your face is full of dog piss. I won't tell you. I'll piss you off. Come and chase me," the old cat said gleefully with a smile on its face. "You'll be scared later. This cat is very familiar with this place. Do you know where this is? Where is Sovereign Qinling's place? Spirit Emperor really likes this cat. This cat comes here every day. Spirit Emperor said that he hates stinky men like you the most. I'll poke you all to death. Just you wait. This cat is going to Spirit Emperor's bedroom now. If you dare to enter, I'll poke you all to death." Behind them, the expressions of the heavenly kings changed. These words left them speechless. One of the 9 emperors, the only female emperor, Spirit Emperor. Back then, she had countless disciples, all female. Men were not allowed to enter. Those who disobeyed would be killed. The cat and dog were fine. They were all demons, so there was no distinction between men and women. Of course, the perverted dog was forbidden to enter, but the cat was fine. If he really entered Spirit Emperor's bedroom, with Spirit Emperor's personality, it was not impossible for him to set up a killing array. The cat was still very pleased. At this moment, it happened to pass by the War King and Kuen. "Big fatty, come brush my fur. It's so tiring to fly. My fur is all messed up." The War King's face had long turned green. King Kuen was here, Li Zhu was here, and the 2 kings were behind them. These people had all followed the cat here. He was ready to scold the cat to death. Hearing this, he did not hesitate and hurriedly approached the cat, grabbing its tail and not letting go. Seeing this, the cat was exasperated. "Don't scratch me. Who told you to grab this cat's tail? You brush my fur. Brush my fur. It's uncomfortable. If you're done brushing, I'm going to eat." The War King almost died of anger. At this time, this cat still wanted to eat and brush its fur. Where did it think it was? The cat ignored him and turned to look at Zhang Tao, who was on his back, and said happily, "Ah, the The pseudo-emperor is about to be poked to death. How dare you bully a cat? The War King could not care less. He hurriedly asked, Cat, can you save him? No. Cat, the cat muttered. His origin is overflowing. How can he be saved? His source world is not strong, and it is about to disperse. Now there is still a guy attacking his source world. If it disperses, he will die. The War King's expression changed. The master of the void, mausoleum, grotto, heaven. No wonder that guy did not respond. It turned out that he had entered Zhang Tao's source world and was fighting. No wonder Zhang Tao did not say a word. He was not dead, and it was not much different from being dead. Then what should we do? What should we do? The cat said with a headache, Why don't I take you to the bathing pool and see if we can find some spiritual emperor's bath water? Spiritual emperor's bath water is very good, and it is made of natural treasures. Drinking some might make you feel better, but after so many years, who knows if there is any left? The War King was stunned. Bath water? He turned his head and glanced at Zhang Tao. I will take you to drink bath water. If you know, you won't make trouble for me, right? The most important thing was that it was not fresh, and it had been almost 10,000 years. The War King did not care anymore and hurriedly asked, Is there more? I don't know about that. The cat said perfunctorily. It did not see spiritual emperor's bathing pool. The previous bathing pool was only the bathing pool of spiritual emperor's disciples. The big dog did not dare to peep at spiritual emperor, or it would be beaten to death. Let's look for it. The cat said, turned its head again, and said happily, I'm going to spiritual emperor's bathing pool. You guys come. In order to prevent the big dog from peeping, spiritual emperor set up the seven heavens formation. Come on. I'll poke you to death. As soon as the words came out, their expressions changed again. The ancient celestial court powerhouses set up formations based on the destructive power of the nine heavens. The seven heavens formation's destructive power was comparable to a rank 9's 9. 6 million calories. And this was to guard against the heavenly hound. From this, it could be seen that the heavenly hound probably also had such strength. Perhaps it was slightly weaker, or else it would not have been effective. However, the heavenly hound's strength was obviously much stronger than the heavenly king's. The six heavens formation did not have much lethality against the heavenly kings. But the seven heavens, very soon. King Kuan said lightly, So many years have passed, spiritual emperor's formation is probably ineffective. Big idiot, you're as stupid as before. The cat said disdainfully, Emperors, your father is an emperor. You don't even know this. As long as the emperor's path is not broken, heaven and earth are not destroyed, the formation set up by the emperor will not be broken. Big idiot. King Kuan almost died of anger. This cat was targeting him. It had been looking down on him. Cat, don't call me. The cat was very fast. Although it was fat, it flew at an astonishing speed, not slower than these heavenly kings. After responding, the cat continued to expose him. I remember again, did you get spanked by Big Blackface in the past? King Kuan did not say a word and did not reply. Also, you got spanked by Old Man Earthly Emperor. Cat, you got spanked by Old Man North Emperor too. He said you looked at Moon's spirit lustfully. Cat, you got spanked by Old Man Li Zhu too. Why didn't you hit him? King Kuan's face was livid. Li Zhu did not say a word and slowed down a little. Only then did he smile and said, Emperor Tsang recognized the wrong person. No way. The cat was unhappy and said angrily, It must be you. Big Dog and I went to steal the 9 Emperor seal. You were there, and it was Big Dog who hit your face full of dog claws. As soon as he said that, King Kuan snorted coldly. It really is you, Palm Seal user. Li Zhu said lightly, King Kuan, do you believe the cat's words? King Kuan snorted coldly and did not bother to say more. The Heavenly Court was a huge organization that ruled the 3 realms. The 9 emperors could not stay in the Heavenly Court all the time. They had their own things to do and needed to cultivate. Thus, the Palm Seal user appeared. This was what King suppressing Heavenly King was talking about. The 9 Emperor Seal. Back then, it was the Palm Seal user who was in charge. Once the 9 Emperor seal was stamped, one could pass through the 3 realms unimpeded. It was equivalent to the Prime Minister of the Heavenly Court or the Minister of Internal Affairs. If the 8 kings and 36 saints were martial positions, the palm seal user was a civil position. Even the 8 kings could not compare to him. Previously, King Qian and King Suppressing Heavenly King had guessed that Li Zhu's way of doing things was similar to the palm seal user. Now it seemed that it was really him. Although the cat had a bad memory, it would not be wrong. Palm seal user, sea seal user, King Kuan snorted inwardly. These powerhouses had appeared. Back then, some of the high-ranking powerhouses in the Heavenly Court did not seem to have died. Instead, the 9 emperors and 4 emperors were gone. When he was still weak, these guys were old powerhouses. The 8 kings. The 8 kings were all mid-stage Heavenly Court. Before the 8 kings were conferred, these guys already held positions in the Heavenly Court. Palm seal user, since you were alive, what about the others? King Kuan said coldly. You and the sea seal user appeared. Is the weapon master of the Heavenly Court still alive? Civil positions, the palm seal user was respected. Martial positions in the Heavenly Court, the weapon master was respected. He controlled the weapons of the 3 realms. Sea seal user was responsible for suppressing the sea of sufferings. He was also a top powerhouse. 2 of the 3 messengers appeared. What about the most powerful one? Li Zhu said lightly, I am not the palm seal user. As for the weapon master, it might be the king suppressing Heavenly King. Then he said lightly, the 8 kings and 36 saints divided the military power of the 3 realms. He has a reason to suppress you. Weapon master. King Kuan's expression changed slightly. He said in a low voice, I have seen the weapon master. Li Xuanxie is different. You have, Li Zhu said indifferently. On the day the 8 kings and 36 saints were conferred, the weapon master left the Heavenly Court in anger. So, what if you have? Did you have the right to see through him? Before the 8 kings and 36 saints appeared, it was the weapon master who led the armies of the 3 realms. After that, the 9 sovereigns divided their power and divided the world. Later, the 8 kings and 36 saints appeared. The weapon master felt that the 9 sovereigns did not trust him and left the Heavenly Court in anger. He never returned and lived in seclusion. King Kuan was not as powerful back then. How could he see through him? King Kuan's expression changed again. Weapon master? Was the king suppressing Heavenly King really a weapon master? If that was the case, he might be even more powerful than he appeared. When the weapon master was in charge of the 3 realms' martial affairs, he was still a child. That person was already famous in the 3 realms. But soon, King Kuan denied this theory. He snorted. The weapon master is in the Heavenly Court's army. He has countless disciples. How could he be alone? Idiot. Li Zhu sneered and said faintly, Disciple? Where did the true gods come from? He dug them out. If he was not a weapon master of the 3 realms, how would he know the exact location of the 3 realms war? How many ancient battlefields do you know, King Kuan? The 3 realms was too big. There were many battles back then. Experts fought each other for territory, disciples, treasures. It was not the first time they started a war. The 9 sovereigns did not care about these things. Only 2 people knew about these places, the weapon master and the seal master. The seal master was in charge of imperial decrees and would pay attention to these things. The weapon master needed to control all forces and would also pay attention to these things. Since Heavenly King subduing could dig out so many people, he was probably one of the 2. As the 2 spoke, the cat was listening. It did not panic. It turned around and asked curiously, Is that old man a weapon master? I heard he has a 30,000 mu orchard in his house. We have been looking for a long time, but we can't find it. Do you know where it is? Why don't we stop fighting and go pick some fruits? The expert's faces darkened. Did he think he was playing house? At this time, Tianji King said, Li Zhu, since you were the seal master, you should know where the seals of the 9 sovereigns are. Are you trying to divert our attention? Li Zhu smiled. I am not the seal master. If you 2 are just coachmen, do you think you deserve to talk to me like this? Coachmen, the 2 kings were livid. No matter what, they were not coachmen. They were also ancient venerable sovereigns. They were already venerable sovereigns when the heavenly realm was still around. Otherwise, they would not have gone to the earthly emperor god dynasty to be the lord of the demon palace. Of course, they did not have high positions in the celestial court back then. They were disciples of the earthly emperor and held positions in the celestial court. Their positions were similar to the horse protector, but they were still officials, not coachmen. Which official in the celestial court wasn't an emperor-level expert? The 3 emissaries, 8 kings, 36 saints. After that, it was the minor officials like them. There were still many ranks below them. They could be considered important figures in the 3 realms, but they were looked down upon by Li Zhu. Of course, if Li Zhu was really the seal master, it was normal for him to look down on them. As they spoke, the cat was a little disappointed that they did not reply. It mumbled, "Then I'll ask that old man next time." Big Dog and I searched for a long time, but we couldn't find his fruit garden. We don't know where he hid it. After that, the cat smiled and said, "Old men, let's play hide and seek. I'm good at hide and seek. You can't find me if I hide." They were speechless again. There was nothing wrong with that. This cat could hide. Most of the time, when a war broke out, the cat went to sleep, but no one knew where it was sleeping. Not only that, once it slept, it was easy for people to forget it. They had to admit that this was a skill. By the way, the fruits of the 9 emperors and 4 emperors are not ripe yet. That day, I planted their daos in the tree of Tao. They said it would take 10,000 years for them to ripen. It's only been 7,000 years, and it's only half ripe now. They might not be able to digest it completely. As soon as he said that, their hearts stirred. King Kun's face was tense. After the destruction of the heavenly realm, where were you? Take a guess? The cat grinned happily. Was he angry? King Kun was angry. At this time, the cat laughed again. "Don't chase me. I'll tell you." King Kun snorted coldly. The cat was also very annoyed. The chase was so annoying. "I've lost weight again." The cat was a little sad. "It was hard for me to run when they were chasing me. I wanted to go back for dinner. Now that everyone is chasing me, how am I going to go back for dinner?" After thinking for a long time, the cat's big eyes began to roll. The next moment, he suddenly threw out a big gong. The heavenly gong. The gong and drum quickly expanded, covering the world. A giant cat was waving a gong and beating the drum, yelling, "Come quickly." Old man Li Zhu is the seal user. He has taken the 9 emperor seals. The earthly emperor's son. The earthly emperor's son peeped at Moon Spirit bathing and killed little Ayu. "Moon Spirit, come and beat him." That crazy old man, your father, that so-called emperor, was killed by that old earthly emperor. "Come and beat him up." "That big fish, such a big fish head, I didn't eat your small fish. It was given to me by the earthly emperor's son. He said it was delicious. We ate a lot together." That? King Kun. "Any king, come and beat them up. Get the heavenly king seals." The combination of the 8 heavenly king seals and the 9 emperor seals can open a passage to the 9 heavens, to the celestial origin. As soon as he said this, the world shook. In the next moment, the experts who were searching for treasures in the distance all burst out. Moon Spirit, Heaven's Pole, King Qian, King Sun, King Jin, Tian Chief, Sea Guardian, and Heaven Suppressing King. A total of 8 heavenly king experts rushed over. Li Zhu, King Kun, and the 2 kings were all stunned. This cat lied through its teeth. They didn't know this cat had such a hobby before. The king of war was dumbfounded. This could work? But someone really believed it, especially when the cat said that the combination of the 8 seals and the 9 emperor seals could open a passage to the celestial origin. This seemed to be true. The legend seemed to be true. Li Zhu is the palm seal envoy. At this moment, some experts were also shocked. In the 3 realms, some late-stage venerable emperors might not know about the 8 kings, but ancient venerable emperors like Heavenly Emperor Pingyu knew. The palm seal envoy was a big shot in the celestial court. The cat was happy. He turned around and stuck out his tongue at the experts, rolled his eyes, and wagged his tail. He gloated and said, "I'll beat you to death for chasing me." The sky-reaching bell was a divine artifact, not only because it could whistle to call people. The key was that the sky-reaching bell could affect the mind. Whatever the cat said would be magnified. The cat had two divine artifacts that belonged to him: the sky-peaking mirror and the sky-reaching bell. The sky-peaking mirror, the way of heaven. The sky-peaking bell, the effect of reaching heaven, was rumored to be able to communicate with heaven and earth. This was the cat, the darling of heaven and earth. What the cat said, even if it was nonsense, could raise people's suspicions to the maximum. Even if they knew it might not be true, they had to try. Maybe it was true. At this moment, many heavenly king stage experts, including some emperors and sages, rushed over. The ash cat was elated as it shook its fat butt. After waiting for a moment, the moon spirit was the first to arrive. It went straight for King Kuan. The ash cat's four legs suddenly stomped on the ground. Its speed was extremely fast, and it disappeared without a trace. If I let you chase me, you'll still eat my fart. The next moment, the cat appeared in a dark palace. With a swing of his tail, he sent the king of war flying. It's here. Go in and find it yourself. It's dangerous. Ling Huang hates men peeping at her. But Ling Huang is not here, so be careful. Cat. At this time, Zhang Tao was a little sober, and he said weakly, "This time I implicated you when we get out." "Oh, it's okay." The cat became polite and said happily, "I'm leaving. It's not fun here. Those guys are always chasing me. It's so tiring. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm hungry. I'm going to eat dinner. You guys have fun." After saying that, the cat was about to leave, but after thinking for a moment, he summoned a ball from Zhang Tao's body. He picked up the ball and looked at it, muttering, "I was wondering why the mirror was broken. I can't see the great path, so it's in here. Forget it. It'll take a long time to take it out now. You guys keep it for now. That fake human emperor. In the future, you can stab someone to death, throw it in here, and you can see the great path. You can have more of that Tao. I'll lend it to you for now." After saying that, the cat threw the bead, turned around, and ran. Zhang Tao hurriedly said, "This place is very dangerous. Cat, don't run around. Go to Heavenly King Jin." "I'm not going." After saying that, the cat had already disappeared. They were all hungry. Who would go to that old man's side and fight? "I'm leaving. You guys fight." The cat calculated the time. If he went out now and rushed back, would he make it in time for dinner? At Chubby Face's house, dinner was served at 7 in the evening. What time was it now? 4 or 5 o'clock. The cat was a little anxious. Did Chubby Face cook for him today? "I'm so hungry. I want to eat a lot today." "No, I have to go quickly. Go back for dinner." The cat did not even look back, and in the blink of an eye, completely disappeared in front of the two. Warlord and Zhang Tao looked at each other. After a while, Warlord coughed and said, "Did you hear the last sentence?" "I heard it. Go back for dinner?" Zhang Tao was stunned. What did he mean? Where are they going to eat? Warlord was also stunned. After a while, he said dryly, it can't be that it left a back door, right?" Zhang Tao was stunned again. It was hard to say. The heavenly realm was extremely sturdy. Anyway, they had been fighting until now, and heavenly king stage powerhouses could not break it. The entrance was blocked by a divine artifact. Not only was the heaven confining bell a divine artifact, but it also had many things added to it. To break the divine artifact, even a heavenly king might not be able to. Under normal circumstances, it would not be able to escape, unless they killed the person controlling the heaven confining bell. But now, apart from Zhang Tao, probably only the person controlling the heaven confining bell knew. Zhang Tao did not control it. Maybe it was Heavenly King Jun, so they could not leave this place now. But the cat was going back for dinner? While Zhang Tao was stunned, the corner of his mouth twitched. This is big trouble. Don't tell me that the cat has left. If it really went back, it means that there is a passage out of this place. If too much time passes and they can't find the opportunity, these people might have to leave. Zhang Tao felt a headache coming on. Damn it. If only he knew that this cat was so unreliable. Forget it, whether this cat was reliable or not. It was not clear now. The key point is, we forgot to ask, where do we go out? Zhang Tao smiled bitterly. He did not even know this, What a blunder. He was thinking about his blunder. At the same time, Song Mao sneaked into a large, dry pool, looked around, and quickly crawled into a water inlet. After a while, the cat's figure appeared in the sky above the forbidden sea. Looking at the small hole in the sky, the cat scratched its head with its claws. After thinking for a while, it stuffed the heaven-confining bell in, and then said happily, "Okay, someone is coming out. Da-da-da. The three realms are ringing. This cat will know. Let's go back for dinner." The cat sped up, and in the blink of an eye, it disappeared above the forbidden sea. After being tired for a long time, it had to nourish itself. The lyre owed it the divine artifact, food and drink. It had to be returned to this cat. With a beautiful fantasy, the cat sped up. Earth, demonic city's passage trembled slightly. The people guarding the passage did not see anything. They only felt the passage tremble, and then nothing happened. And the cat had returned to Earth. Chapter 10:18. Fong Ping, who was still in auspicious peace, probably did not expect the cat to return. The humans did not have Ju Mo to hold down the fort, so no one noticed the old cat's return. Song Mao, who was already waiting at the Fong family's place to eat and drink, had no intention of informing Fong Ping. As for the members of the Fong clan, they did not consider this at all. It didn't seem strange for the cat to come back. Although Fong Yuan felt that Big Cat had lied to her and said that it wasn't coming back and had pinched her cheeks for a long time, Fong Yuan was still happy that Big Cat had returned. She did not understand why Big Cat had returned. As such, the first-rank cat on the monarch ranking was completely ignored by the crowd. The gray cat seemed to like this kind of life, continuing to eat and wait for death in the Fong family. That night, the Fong family's kitchen was busy until late at night. On March 3rd, Fong Ping still had not returned to Magic City. At this moment, Fong Ping had met up with Old Man Li and the rest. Ruabe and Admiral Mansion, Wu Quishan, Old Man Li, and the rest had arrived. Some of their faces were still very pale. Until now, their injuries had not healed. A few experts who were too heavily injured were still recuperating in the capital. Looking at the rank 9 team that had lost a lot of people, Zhang Dingnan, who was also present, felt a little sad. Elder Fan, who was in charge of Nanjiang, would never return. The famous Northern Spear King was also nowhere to be seen. Everyone looked at each other, and they couldn't help but feel somewhat bitter. Fong Ping glanced at the crowd and suppressed the bitterness in his heart. He regained his smile and said, "Don't be like this, everyone. This is a huge victory. We've killed almost 1,000 Catacombs rank 9 powerhouses. This is a great achievement." As he said that, Fong Ping continued, "Regarding the Grandmasters and Paragons who died in battle, don't spread the news to the outside world in the near future. Don't make a big fuss either. At this point in time, humans are brimming with confidence. Once the news spreads, I'm afraid there will be an uproar." Too many powerhouses had died. Fong Ping was worried that something might go wrong. He continued, "You can temporarily announce the deaths of some of the experts, but you have to guide us well." While he was talking, Wu Quishan suddenly said with a smile, "That's more like it. It seems that you've really put yourself in the position of the chairman of the Counterattack Union." Fong Ping said sternly, "Minister Wu, in public, you must maintain an appropriate amount of respect for your leaders." Wu Quishan's face darkened. Feeling helpless, he didn't know whether to laugh or cry. All right. Continue." This kid was really getting cocky now. It could not be helped. When old Zhang and the others left, they had appointed Fong Ping to take over everything. Fong Ping was very pleased with himself. Everyone who saw him could not help but laugh. His slightly disappointed mood gradually calmed down. Only then did Fong Ping return to the topic at hand. There are a few important things to do next. I'll tell everyone about them in advance. First, the defense of the catacombs passageways cannot be lax. Secondly, regarding the cooperation with the realm beyond heavens and the land of domains, this also needs to be discussed again. Third, about the general martial arts. Fong Ping muttered, especially the third point. I've also realized that recently, the Earth's energy concentration has been increasing. Low-ranked martial artists can cultivate even without the assistance of medicinal pills. This was also an opportunity. The Ministry of Education still needed to popularize more martial arts knowledge. 10 million people practice martial arts. Even if one genius appeared in 10,000 people, there would still be 1,000 people. Among these 1,000 people, there might be someone at the top. There are still many opportunities in the three realms. I heard that some relics have appeared on Earth recently. This is an opportunity for everyone. Wu Quishan nodded. At this time, Li Daong said, "Does the military department's army need to be expanded? Previously, there were 1 million soldiers conscripted. Now, there are close to 2 million martial artists in the army. Not for now." Fong Ping said, "Next, there won't be too many catacombs passageways that we mainly defend. Try to take advantage of this opportunity to destroy some of the outer domains and seize the mineral veins. These people can concentrate their resources to cultivate and become stronger." After saying that, Fong Ping continued, "This is what the middle and low-rank martial artists have to do. As for the high-rank martial artists, our target is still the restricted area." Fong Ping said slowly, "My idea is that while there is chaos everywhere now, it's best for humans to open up the passageway connecting the outer domain and the inner domain, seize a piece of territory in the restricted area, and shift the main battlefield to the catacombs. This is to prevent the celestial humans' barrier from shattering in the future, and the battlefield directly appears on Earth. When that time comes, we'll be in big trouble." Seize territory in the restricted area? Li Daong frowned slightly. It's not an easy task. Moreover, we suffered heavy losses this time. Although the catacombs suffer more losses, they have a large population and many powerhouses. If they counterattack, let's give it a try. Fong Ping interrupted. "How will you know if you don't try? Take advantage of this time. I want to increase the overall strength of humans and spread martial arts in all aspects. Maybe you guys think that some middle and low-rank martial artists won't be of much use when the war is coming, but some things are not so absolute." Fong Ping paused and said, "If humans become stronger, other things aside, on Sino Nation's side, the leaders of the 4 departments and 4 houses will also become stronger. Although I just came back, I can feel some of it. Last night, my origin chi seemed to have increased a lot. My mentality was split before and slipped a little, but now it's also recovering." As Fong Ping said that, he said with some excitement, "Now I understand a little why old Zhang and the others can cultivate so quickly. The hearts are united. The willpower is united. We also have something in return." When old Zhang said this in the past, Fong Ping did not understand it too deeply. However, after coming back yesterday, Fong Ping really did understand a little. First, in his origin space, there were more human figures. Of course, most of them were very illusory. Secondly, his origin space produced more origin chi than before. Origin chi could expand the origin space and could be used to open up Tao. There was a feeling similar to the power of faith. Fong Ping became the minister of the Heavenly Department and even the president of the Counterattack Union. In this way, his reputation increased greatly. The people also knew about his battle achievements. Their confidence grew as well, and they were giving back to Fong Ping. This way, Fong Ping was very satisfied. This meant that there was always a return for effort. The powerhouses and the weak also complemented each other. This could help some powerhouses avoid slacking off. Blindly helping the weak, blindly protecting the weak, not everyone could persist in their original intentions. Wu Quishan and the others nodded. However, Wu Quishan still laughed and said, "We're not as obvious as you are. Right now, your reputation is much bigger than ours. It seems that if you want to become stronger, you have to first become famous." Fong Ping laughed. "Isn't it easy to become famous? You can go to Mount Imperial Sea now and find a catacomb's true king to fight. I'll immediately let the whole world help to promote you. I guarantee that you'll become famous immediately." Wu Quishan was speechless. "Can I defeat a true king?" Jokes aside, Fong Ping said, "Everyone, recuperate well in the near future. After your injuries are healed, the humans will probably make some big moves." Big moves? Everyone looked at Fong Ping. Fong Ping said in a low voice, "Revenge. I'm a narrow-minded person. Revenge doesn't stay overnight. Now it's already overnight. No matter what, we still have to show what we need to show. Otherwise, if we keep a low profile, others will think that we're afraid. Void Mausoleum Grotto Heaven, Huatong Mountain, Luofu Grotto Heaven. These three major grotto heavens are our next target. Annihilate the three major grotto heavens, consolidate the catacombs defense line in the outer realm, seize resources. These are all things that must be done. We humans have always been fighting with fewer people and have always been at a disadvantage. But this time, I'm planning to concentrate our forces and fight with numbers to level the three major realms. Everyone looked at each other. Beigong Yin said quickly, I'm worried that the three major realms will be guarded by true god powerhouses. You don't have to worry about that. I'll think of a way. Fong Ping said and continued, and this time, if we do it, we'll eradicate them with thunderous force. We won't give them a chance to unite, and we won't give other parties a chance to rescue. That day, Minister Zhang said that the realms still need to be treated differently. At this moment, Zhong Qinghuan spoke. Fong Ping smiled and said, that's Minister Zhang's business. He was also talking about those venerable emperors. It's none of our business. We'll just do what we need to do. Anyway, everyone, get ready. This time, it'll be fine if we don't make a move. If we do, then we'll amaze the world with a big army. Then the other parties, we'll discuss again when everyone arrives in Magic City a few days later. I'll try my best to rope in some allies. Fong Ping explained. At this time, while the powerhouses from all parties are not around, we'll pull in a few batches and fight another batch. We can't let others think that we humans are a big threat. I'll control this well. Everyone nodded again. Fong Ping smiled and said, as for me, I'm just a hands-off boss. Everyone, you don't have to feel uncomfortable. I'm mainly responsible for fighting and logistics. The other things still depend on everyone. Try your best to let others do the work. We only have one goal, to become stronger. If we impart martial arts to everyone, geniuses might emerge. But how long will it take? Everyone is a rank 9 powerhouse. All of you have hopes of breaking through to the impasse. I still hope that everyone can advance to the peak. Fong Ping spoke for a while. At last, he said, regarding the news of the catacombs, disseminate more information to the people, including the introduction of the three realms forces, the differentiation of the enemy's camp and ours, even some ancient camps and powerhouses. It's good to understand more and know more. In the past, the pressure was too great. I was afraid that it would overwhelm everyone. But now, the timing is right. I need to let everyone have confidence and a sense of pressure at the same time. In the near future, I'll also unite all parties to do some replanning and popularization of martial arts realms. Let the people be more aware of the division of different realms and the gap between them. Let them have a clear goal. Don't be like now, stuck between ambiguity. Previously, the division of humans was very simple. It was 9 ranks. It could not be helped. The time when Neo Martial Arts was launched was too short. At that time, rank 9 was the limit. Moreover, there were few martial artists and their abilities were weak. There was not much need for a clear division. But now it was still necessary. The biggest use was to let people have a clear direction and goal for their next step. With a clear comparison, only then would people know the gap and know what their next step should be. Everyone responded again. Zhang Tao had been doing this work before. But Zhang Tao actually did not know much before. Many powerhouses did not even show up. However, in this battle, those who should have appeared had appeared. Many things had also been clarified. At this point, Zhong Qinghuan suddenly said, Minister Fong, there's something I have to mention. Just yesterday, the Department of Investigation Services received information. The evil sect that was previously annihilated seems to be reviving. Previously, when the evil sect headquarters was annihilated, some semi-believers have already given up believing in the evil sect. But just yesterday, some semi-believers seem to have started to link up again. Sino Nation's intelligence work was done well. As for the divine sect, just as they were preparing to infiltrate, the Department of Investigation Services found some clues. Fong Ping took it seriously. He said in a low voice, keep a close eye on them. Now that the powerhouses have left, The divine sect should be the top among all the forces. We don't know much about the divine sect. Previously, they could not develop on Earth. That was because Heavenly King Jun and the others suppressed them secretly. Oh, right, about the 9 emperors. Try to smear their names, especially the earthly sovereign. You must smear their names to the end. I don't care if the earthly sovereign is good or bad. I want to smear his name and make him into humanity's biggest enemy. King Kuan is the son of the earthly sovereign, the son of an ancient emperor, the crown prince, one of the 8 kings. It's too easy for people to worship such a powerhouse. Humans' top powerhouses must be publicized more. On the other hand, I don't care about the inside stories of these emperors and kings back then. I want them to be the enemy of humanity. Zhong Qinghua nodded. A sect established by the son of an ancient emperor was indeed easy to motivate people. This was the trend now. This time, the evil sect had made a comeback. Without the suppression of the top powerhouses, it might explode with a much stronger influence than before. Keep a close eye on the evil sect. Earth is our back. We can't let this place fall into chaos. If Earth falls into chaos, no matter how great the results we achieve on the front line, it will all be for naught. Fong Ping said a few more words. At last, he said, "That's all for now. Those who need to heal, those who need to comfort the people, comfort the people. The key is that you can't neglect your own cultivation. In a few days, I will send a batch of cultivation resources to everyone. Don't be stingy. Also, Minister Wang Qinghai and the rest, I have also found medical treasures. This time, Minister Zhong will bring them back and let them recover as soon as possible." The meeting went on for more than 2 hours before it came to an end. Fong Ping was also physically and mentally exhausted. He wanted to rest for a while, but he had to continue to summon powerhouses from all sides, including negotiating with some organizations. There were many things to do. At the same time, Fong Ping was also planning for his next step in cultivation. He did not possess true top powerhouses. This made Fong Ping feel slightly uneasy. If he encountered a true god alone, he would definitely not be a match for them. He might be able to escape, but if he did so, the secrets of humanity might be exposed. If he wanted humanity to have a foothold, he must at least possess the combat strength of a desperate realm. 14th of March. Fong Ping negotiated with various departments overnight. Together with the World Martial Arts Tournament, they determined a new level standard. This time, humans officially determined the division of martial arts ranks. It was no longer the previous rank 9. Early in the morning on the 4th, the World Martial Arts Federation, Sino-Nation Martial Arts Association, and various countries' martial arts associations announced the new level standard at the same time. This time, humans divided the martial arts ranks into 13 ranks. From rank 1 to rank 8, there was not much difference from before. From rank 9 onward, it was no longer as general as before. It was mainly measured by vitality. Including the desperate realm, it was unified into the rank 9 vitality strength to avoid being too complicated. There was a qualitative change in vitality at the top. It seemed like there was no such thing at the Emperor level. However, whether there was a Heavenly King level, this was unknown. Every time there was a qualitative change, it would be complicated. Fong Ping simply did not care about the problem of qualitative change and unified them all. Rank 9 Origin, Vitality 100,000 to 400,000 calories. Rank 10 Desperate Realm, Vitality 800,000 to 2 million calories. Rank 11 Emperor, Vitality 2 million to 4 million calories. Rank 12 Saint, Vitality 4 million to 5 million calories. Rank 13 Heavenly King, Vitality 5 million calories. Unknown. Humans only made a division up to the Heavenly King level, including the level of the 10 Grotto Heavens Masters. They were also generally classified as Emperor level. The measurement of vitality was also all based on rank 9 vitality. The Heavenly King level was also the current limit of the 3 realms' combat strength. On the human side, currently only the suppressing Heavenly King had such combat strength. There was no need to elaborate further. In this way, the length of the path, the amount of amplification, the strength of the ultimate technique, these were no longer the measurement of the realm. Fong Ping felt that it was best to look at the actual situation. The strength of a martial artist would be revealed on the battlefield. No matter how high the realm was, if an emperor level was not as good as a true god, it was still an illusion. The new division of the realm and the names of the ranks were not only spread among humans, but also spread rapidly to the catacombs. In the past, the martial arts realm names were very messy. True king, true god, absolute peak were all names for different times and different races. Fong Ping felt that humans should be the main priority. Whether other forces recognized it or not, it had nothing to do with him. The catacombs cultivated energy force. Fong Ping did not care about it. The strength was different, but the destructive power was still the same. The reason why he introduced this new division of the realm was not just to unify the names of the ranks, but also to increase the influence of humans. Influence in the three realms. He realized that the greater the influence of humans, perhaps the easier it would be for humans to walk on the path. As the new division of the realm spread in the three realms. At the same time, Fong Ping waited until the system update was completed. This time, the system update did not take too long. It was completed in less than 3 days. Fong Ping hurriedly looked at the updated new system interface wealth, 10. 1 billion points vitality, 439,998 calories, 439,998 calories, mentality, 9,999 Hz, 10,455 Hz to 9,999 Hz, unsevered origin, stage 1, increased 10% plus 30%, combat techniques, void-piercing swordsmanship, plus 3%, manic explosion saber, plus 1%, combat technique combination deduction, 1 million points / time origin energy conversion, 100,000 points / 1 cloud energy shield, 1 point / minute plus aura simulation, 10 points / minute plus origin detailed analysis, 10 to 100 million points / time strength control, 65% ultimate outburst, 409000, cal / 629200 cal. This time, the interface data changed more. Destruction force, storage space, all these had disappeared. Vitality force had also been directly converted to rank 9 vitality force. The new data had also increased by a lot. Ultimate outburst, the vitality force that was close to 630,000 calories, represented Fong Ping's own limit. The vitality force that was less than 410,000 represented the strongest power that he could unleash now. This time, combat techniques were also clearly recorded. All the combat techniques that Fong Ping had learned were recorded. The percentage in brackets at the back represented the increase in strength that this combat technique could bring to Fong Ping. There were 2 additional items. The first was the deduction of combat techniques, which was actually the way to recombine strength. Strength was measured by vitality, and there were too many ways to recombine. The reason why Fong Ping had not created his own combat techniques was that he did not have that much time to calculate them one by one. Zhang Tao wanted to teach him an antique technique last time, and in the end he gave him 800,000 combinations. Even with that, Fong Ping might not be able to find the most suitable one for himself. That was why Fong Ping did not learn old Zhang's combat techniques at all. They were not reliable. This time, there was actually an additional deduction of combat techniques. Fong Ping was a little surprised. However, after taking a look at the consumption, Fong Ping was speechless. 1 million points going once. It did not seem much, but to him, there were so many ways to recombine strength that it was terrifying. Those were permutations and combinations. 100 million points were enough for 100 times. Right now, he had 10 billion wealth points, which was enough for 10,000 deductions. If he could not deduce the most suitable one for himself, he would suffer a huge loss. Still, it was better than nothing. The system's deduction might deduce the most suitable combat techniques based on his own situation. It should not deduce some random way to recombine strength. Fong Ping did not look at the combat techniques recombination. His gaze was currently on the origin energy conversion. This was probably the most crucial ability that the system had added this time. In reality, it was not out of Fong Ping's expectations. He had deduced earlier that if the system had a new ability this time, it would most likely be an ability related to the origin. As expected, there was the conversion of origin energy. The destructive energy has disappeared. Don't tell me that I can't even convert the imperishable substance anymore? Fong Ping hurriedly tried it out and found that he could still convert. Only then did he let out a sigh of relief. The imperishable substance was still very important to him. It was very important to all of mankind. If this function was gone, Fong Ping would go crazy. Now, it seemed that the disappearance of the destructive energy was probably due to his own vitality exceeding the power of the destructive energy, which led to this situation. Does the origin energy have a unit too? One cloud? Fong Ping really did not know that the origin energy had a unit of measurement. This was because the martial artists nowadays use the origin energy for their own cultivation. The origin energy was not used in combat either. It was used to consolidate the origin space and open up the origin Dao. This thing did not have any lethality. How much is one cloud of origin energy? Fong Ping was a little curious. He tried to convert it. At that moment, a wisp of gray mist appeared in his origin space. The misty object quickly integrated into the origin space. Fong Ping's heart skipped a beat. When his origin world collided with Qi Huanyu earlier, many cracks appeared on that small piece of land. This one cloud of origin energy actually made up for it a little. Doesn't this mean that next time I don't need the cat fruit to heal the injuries in the origin space? This is good stuff. Fong Ping was very satisfied. Not only that, he tried again and found that when the origin energy integrated into the body of an illusory martial artist in the origin space, the other party's illusory figure actually solidified a little. Interesting. Could it be that I can completely solidify into a human form in the end? That's right. In the cat's world, those fish demons are more solidified, just like real people. They should be condensed from origin energy. The demons I met in the space battlefield before were also condensed from origin energy. This is also helpful for opening up Daos. If these illusory figures solidify, the speed of opening up the path will be faster. Fong Ping was extremely satisfied with the newly added function. After being satisfied, Fong Ping thought of a question. Could he let others use it? If origin energy could be used by others like the imperishable substance, then that would be incredible. Fong Ping's eyes flickered. If that was really the case, that rank 9 powerhouse might step into the impasse realm quickly. System, what is it? Fong Ping mumbled. Could it be that this origin energy was like the imperishable substance, stolen too? Where was it stolen from? Logically speaking, everyone had their own aura. If this origin energy could be used by others like the imperishable substance, it meant that this was the kind without a source. After reaching 100 billion, will there be new functions? If there is, then it'll be really scary. Right now, the conversion of origin energy had appeared. This was still limited to the scope of Daos. If one day there was a direct increase in the length of the path, then it would be really scary. Fong Ping's thoughts raced, and he quickly put this idea aside. Forget it. At this moment, he needed the system to make himself stronger. Unfortunately, the system appeared with strength control and combat techniques, but there was no plus sign. Fong Ping was a little greedy. Since you appeared, why don't you just give me a plus sign? I can directly control 100% strength and amplify combat techniques 100%. It'll be a piece of cake for me to kill a true god. My vitality has actually been converted to a rank 9 vitality. This means that some of my consciousness is also affecting the system. That's right. It can even predict dangers, so it's normal to be able to sense some changes. Fong Ping muttered in his heart. He did not think too deeply about it. He would just ignore what he should ignore. P.S. The main plot has ended. It's not easy to unfold the new plot. The few chapters these 2 days have been a little rough. Chapter 1019. After the system update, Fong Ping naturally wanted to try out the new functions. He was not in a hurry to deduce combat techniques. The source world was a little broken. Fong Ping was a little anxious. His brain core was almost broken. If the source world was not good, he would become a sickly person. Fong Ping also wanted to try. How many clouds of origin energy would it take to repair the broken source world? In the source world, Fong Ping's source world was very small. It could not be compared to Tsang Mao's cat world. Song Mao's cat world was a circle with an area of 1,000 acres and a diameter of nearly 1,000 meters. That was condensed by Song Mao after countless years. Fong Ping's source world could only be considered a submerged reef. A circular submerged reef with a diameter of less than 10 meters. At this moment, this circular submerged reef was covered with cracks. This was the damage caused by the collision between him and Qi Huanyu. Even if Fong Ping consumed the cat fruit, it was not enough and could not be repaired completely. One cloud, origin energy, worth 100,000 wealth points. How much would it take to repair or expand the source world and the origin path? As he thought about it, Fong Ping began to convert the origin energy. 10 clouds, 100 clouds. After converting, Fong Ping began to repair the source world. This time, it took nearly 1,000 strands of Cloud Genesis Chi to completely repair the cracks. The wealth consumed was as high as 100 million points. However, Fong Ping was still a little surprised. 100 million points was worth trillions. Its value was not even as high as the cat fruit. One cat fruit was worth close to 2 trillion. However, the cat fruit also provided origin energy to repair the source space. One cat fruit could probably provide 500 clouds of origin energy at most. At this moment, Fong Ping was somewhat clear about the units of origin energy. One cat fruit is enough to fill up a rank 9 powerhouse's source world. This means that a rank 9 martial artist can produce about 500 clouds of origin energy. When it exceeds 500 clouds, it should have the effect of expanding and stabilizing the source world. If I expand, will the consumption be high? Fong Ping looked at his source world that was less than 10 meters in diameter. After thinking about it, he converted the origin energy again and began to expand the source space. This time, the consumption was high. His wealth was decreasing continuously. 10 million points, 50 million points, 100 million points. When he had consumed 100 million points, 1,000 clouds of origin energy, Fong Ping realized that his source world seemed to have expanded a little. At this moment, Fong Ping gauged with his eyes. If it was said to be 9 meters in diameter before, it was now 10 meters in diameter. 100 million points, the diameter has increased by 1 meter. In that case, if I spend another 9 billion, I can make the source world reach a diameter of 100 meters? That's not right. When it comes to something like a circle, the further out it goes, the larger the area it expands. Fong Ping shook his head. From 10 meters to 11 meters, it would probably consume more than 100 million wealth points. In other words, if he wanted to reach Song Mao's level, forget 100 billion, even a trillion wealth points might not be enough. The ash cat was a little scary. The origin world can be expanded with origin energy, but what about origin Dao? Fong Ping thought for a while and walked to the side. He looked at the path that had been cleared for about 100 meters and infused his origin Qi once again. This time, it was a little different. The Great Dao only stabilized a little, but it did not spread. That's true. Great Daos need to be established by oneself, but it's actually the same. My origin energy can strengthen these illusory figures, and these illusory figures are currently establishing their Dao essence. This means that with my origin energy, these illusory figures can continuously establish their great Daos. Fong Ping muttered and soon shouted, "Old Zhang, come here." The next moment, an illusory figure floated over. Fong Ping stared at the illusory figure for a while, chuckling. "Old Zhang, do your hard work. If you insist on coming in, then you'll have to work. Come, I'll help you solidify your body a little and open the path." Fong Ping once again consumed close to 100 clouds of origin energy. Very soon, this illusory old Zhang's body solidified a lot more. The next moment, old Zhang went ahead to open the path. Fong Ping sensed for a while. As expected, the speed was much faster. Previously, when Fong Ping opened up the path, he could open up about 1 meter in a day. But now, Fong Ping sensed for a while. With the help of the new old Zhang, he might be able to open up to 1 meters in a day. Too slow. Fong Ping sighed. At this speed, it would take close to 3 years to open up a 1,000-meter path. 3 years. How could he have 3 years to waste? If word of this got out, it would probably shock the world. Opening up a 1,000-meter path in 3 years? After all, the path was the hardest to open up before 1,000 meters. How many powerhouses stayed below the impasse realm for their entire lives? If everyone could really open up 1 meter a day, they would become an emperor in 30 years and a heavenly king in 300 years. Many people did not see any improvement in their origin path, even after many years. Fong Ping was advancing by leaps and bounds now, not only because of the origin energy, but it also meant that he had not reached the end of his path. Otherwise, no matter how much origin energy he had, the path ahead would not change. That's not right. Fake old Zheng's body is slowly fading. Looks like the origin energy is just a consumable. If this goes on, the consumption will be huge. Fong Ping initially wanted to continue to fill in other illusory figures to speed up the opening up of the path. But 100 clouds of origin energy meant that his wealth was as high as 10 million points. 10 million points did not seem to last long. If this went on, he would go bankrupt. But the origin energy can make these illusory figures stronger and speed up the opening up of the path. This is a good thing. The more Fong Ping experimented, the more satisfied he was with the new functions of the system. However, the consumption was also huge. In just a short while, in order to heal his injuries, expand the origin world, and strengthen the illusory figures, he had used up 210 million wealth points. No matter how rich he was, he could not do this. The consumption is too fast, and this feeling is a little familiar. Fong Ping suddenly thought of something. Previously, when he went from Fong Ping's origin world to Life King's origin world, the feeling of converting origin energy was similar. At that time, the consumption was also frighteningly fast. Could it be that I was born with origin energy at that time? The steel used up so much of my origin energy to open up the path. Fong Ping, this fellow, is he tricking me? Fong Ping thought of Fong Ping. The moment he left, that fellow seemed to feel a little guilty. He had used up a total of 1 billion points in one go. Fong Ping had never seen such a huge consumption. Just as Fong Ping was thinking about Fong Ping, Fong family. Fong Ping was lazily basking in the sun on the lawn. As for the others in the fake sky grave, it could not be bothered with them. At this moment, Fong Ping, who was lying in cat world and eating the fish head monster, suddenly opened its eyes. Looking at Fong Ping, who appeared in the black swamp, it muttered, "Ah, the liar knows." Fong Ping shook its head. Its eyes darted around, and it muttered, "It seems that when the liar thinks of me, he can sense it more clearly." Has his origin world expanded? The origin world was the starting point of all Taos. The extension of the origin world, the extension of all Taos. The bigger the origin world, the higher the overlap with Fong Ping's Tao, the clearer the mutual perception. If one day, Fong Ping was like Fong Ping, expanding his origin world to the extent of Fong Ping's, he could also sense other people's kindness and malice toward him. This was the amazing thing about the origin world. Fong Ping was suddenly a little curious. The liar had just entered origin realm. How did he expand his origin world a little? Could it be that the liar had learned to steal origin energy? Fong Ping was curious, its heart itching uncontrollably. It wanted to go and take a look. Fong Ping had used his projection to enter its origin world a few times, so both of them were familiar with each other. Fong Ping was able to contact Fong Ping because of this. Thinking of this, Fong Ping rolled all over the lawn. It was not rolling unconsciously. Very soon, Fong Ping rolled to a place and dug up the lawn. Under the lawn, it used its claws to draw a human silhouette. Fong Ping's silhouette. From here, it could go to Fong Ping's origin world. When it contacted Fong Ping previously, it walked from here, and this was the overlap point that Fong Ping had left in its origin world. Fong Ping's claws scratched. Very soon, a layer of thin film appeared. Fong Ping scratched its head with its claws and muttered, "It's not easy to enter now." In the past, when it contacted Fong Ping, it could enter at will. But now, Fong Ping also had his own origin world. The difficulty had increased. When Fong Ping's strength caught up with Fong Ping's one day, it would be the same as when he looked for Zhang Tao previously. It would be very difficult for Fong Ping to poke through the thin film to look for him. However, the current Fong Ping was still a little lacking. Fong Ping's claws poked a few times. Very soon, a small hole was poked. At the same time, Fong Ping, who was still in the origin world, suddenly looked up. The sky was originally dark, but at this moment, it seemed like the sky had broken. A faint light came. Fong Ping's heart trembled slightly. His gaze turned toward that direction. At the same time, a smear of black blocked the hole from before. On the other side, Fong Ping also leaned over to peep. One man and one cat. Fong Ping saw Fong Ping, but Fong Ping did not see Fong Ping. He could only see that black eye. He could not even tell that it was an eye. The black color seemed to be alive. At this moment, Fong Ping suddenly felt a little frightened. What was this? On the other side of the sky, Fong Ping's eyes were rolling. The liar was actually in the origin world. His origin world had really become bigger. Fong Ping could even feel the residual origin chi. Thinking of this, Fong Ping suddenly had a thought. His voice changed, becoming like a god, saying majestically, "Mortal, this god is this world's god of creation. You stole this god's origin chi. Return it immediately. Otherwise, I'll shatter your origin world." Below, Fong Ping was still in a daze. When he heard this voice, his whole body suddenly turned cold. The origin world had someone? In the next moment, Fong Ping's heart suddenly moved. Could it be that someone was like him previously, opening up a passage and entering his own origin world? It was the same when he entered the Life King's source world. Was there someone else like him? Steal origin energy. Poof! At this moment, Fong Ping seemed to have thought of something. He looked at the black thing with the hole in the sky and suddenly cursed. "Gray cat? How dare you fool me?" If it wasn't a cat that liked to say, "Poke someone to death," who else could it be? This cat had actually barged into his source world and scared him. Ah, this cat. No, this god is not a cat. No, you know me? Feeling guilty, the cat quickly closed the gap and disappeared in the blink of an eye. Fong Ping was annoyed and amused at the same time. It really was this guy. This cat could actually find his source world at will. Last time, it was because of the stone tablet that he found the source world of the Life King. How did this cat do it? Was it because he had entered its source world before? Did the green cat communicate with him through the source world? Interesting. The more Fong Ping thought about it, the more he found it interesting. The more he looked at the source world, the more mysterious it seemed. Was this world an illusion, or did it really exist? The path of origin could increase one's strength. Where did this increase in strength come from? Fong Ping thought for a while and quickly shouted, "Gray cat, what's the situation over there now? How are old Zhang and the rest? Did anyone die in battle?" Fong Ping asked one question after another. He knew nothing about the situation inside the trap, so he could only understand it through the cat. In the cat's world, the cat patted its meaty chest with its paw, as if it was still a little scared. It was actually recognized by the scammer, who wanted to cheat some origin energy. "Did I not disguise well?" The cat muttered. Then, hearing Fong Ping's question in the black swamp, it mumbled, "How would I know? Really, I'm not even in there." It was too lazy to reply to Fong Ping. It was a little disappointed that it could not cheat Fong Ping of origin energy. Now that Fong Ping asked something it did not know, of course, it was too lazy to answer Fong Ping. The cat continued to lie on the ground and eat the fish monster, ignoring Fong Ping. It was a little depressed. The scammer had become stronger, and the source world had become bigger. It would be difficult to steal the scammer's origin energy next time. "I have to eat the fish monster sparingly." The cat was regretful. What a pity. Otherwise, it could eat a lot of fish monster every day. Now it had to be sparse. Auspicious peace. Fong Ping also retreated from the source space. He could not stay inside forever. If he stayed for too long, the projection would also dissipate. Thinking of the cat staying inside and not leaving once it went to sleep, Fong Ping could not help but be impressed. This cat was really strong. The cat did not reply to him. Fong Ping was a little disappointed. However, The cat still had the time to cheat his origin energy, which meant that the danger should not be too great. Otherwise, the cat would not have the time. The new function has appeared. I should go too. He had stayed in auspicious peace for a few days. Now that everything was done, it was also the time for humans to show their capabilities. Fong Ping could not stay here forever. March 5th, Fong Ping set off, preparing to leave auspicious peace and return to Magic City. This time, many people came to send him off. Zhang Dingnan, Wang Jinyang, and the others had arrived. Wang Jinyang did not go to Magic City this time. Instead, he stayed to guard the Nanjiang catacombs. Today, he also had the ability to guard the catacombs. Fong Ping, I plan to move NMAU from River City to auspicious peace. NMU was in River City. River City was the provincial capital. In the past, it was not a big problem. Now that the passageway had been open for a period of time, it was inconvenient to come and go. Wang Jinyang had the idea of moving. I have no opinion on this. Fong Ping smiled. However, you guys will be responsible for the funds for the relocation. Don't look for the Department of Education. NMU has a lot of savings these few years. If you can't do it, ask Governor General Zhang for support. Wang Jinyang could not help but laugh. We still have the funds for the relocation. You don't have to worry about this. As he said that, he added, when you go back this time, I suggest you pass through Sun City. Wang Jinyang hesitated for a moment and glanced at Zhang Dingnan. Zhang Dingnan smiled. He slowed down his pace and did not follow. Fong Ping did not bat an eyelid and continued walking forward. After walking for a while, Wang Jinyang said, if your source world wants to integrate with a materialized object, then you should go back to Sun City and take a look. Remember every aura in Sun City. Walk through every place in Sun City. It will be helpful for you. The source world was also a new world, or the prototype of a world. The materialized object is to give life to this world. Your materialized object is Sun City. The more you know about Sun City and the more familiar you are with it, the easier it will be to integrate it. Having said that, Wang Jinyang paused and said, it's best if you can collect some of the Sun City residents' life force origin aura. This way, after the people of Sun City die, they might appear in your source world to help you stabilize your source world and open up the origin Dao. Fong Ping frowned slightly and glanced at him. Wang Jinyang said softly, don't look at me. I'm fine. Heavenly Emperor Zhan still has some remnant consciousness left. Some things flashed in my mind before. It's much better now. This kind of situation almost never happens. Fong Ping nodded slightly and said, I understand. Also, Wang Jinyang thought for a while and added, don't neglect the cultivation of mentalities. When you reach 10,000 mentality, do you think that other than cloning, there's not much use for anything else? That's right. You're wrong. Wang Jinyang said, the strength of mentality is not reflected in the flesh. In fact, it is reflected in a kind of potential. The origin Dao that you opened up is definitely wider than ordinary martial artists. This is potential, which is the embodiment of mentality. Your source world is firmer and more stable than ordinary people. This is also the embodiment of mentality. When your materialized object fuses into the source world, whether or not the new source world is powerful and stable, is also the embodiment of mentality. Therefore, you still have to cultivate mentality. Don't think that mentality is useless. No matter how powerful the golden body is, it can still be destroyed. Similarly, no matter how powerful mentality is, it can also be destroyed. But when both are powerful, then you will be invulnerable. Your mentality can give birth to a physical body with a thought. When your physical body is extremely powerful, you can also give birth to mentality with a thought. Old Wang paused and said, legend has it that extreme Dao Heavenly Emperor is comparable to emperors in combat strength. Then why not call extreme Dao Heavenly Emperors emperors? Martial artists look at whether their combat strength is powerful or not. Why is there a need to distinguish between emperors and extreme Dao Heavenly Emperors? Fong Ping was stunned. Wang Jinyang continued and said, extreme Dao Heavenly Emperors actually have flaws. For example, annihilation, his mentality is incomparably powerful. He might be able to create an illusory world with a thought. But when his physical body is destroyed by someone, his mentality will weaken continuously, becoming rootless duckweed. Similarly, Tyrant's mentality is not strong enough. When his mentality is destroyed by someone, his physical body will also gradually wither away. If he fights, his vitality is powerful. His explosive power might be extremely strong. But mentality and physical strength are lacking. The weakness is also very obvious. This is extreme Tao, Heavenly Emperor. While emperors, their combat strength might be comparable to extreme Tao, Heavenly Emperors. But put it this way, they're the same as you, able to survive and live longer. Wang Jinyang slowly said, if your combat strength is comparable to Qi Huanyu's, you can definitely outlast him to death. This is the difference between extreme Tao, Heavenly Emperors, and Emperors. Extreme Tao, Heavenly Emperors can battle sovereigns, but if they can't kill sovereigns within a short time, the one who dies will definitely be extreme Tao, Heavenly Emperor. Teacher Li had actually demonstrated this point. It was very obvious. He encountered an enemy whose combat strength is comparable to his. If he is unable to take down the other party during the eruption period, then the final death is very likely to be him. Wang Jinyang said softly, therefore, Fang Ping, don't give up on any direction of cultivation. Fleshly body, vitality, mentality, all have to be cultivated to the strongest. Only in this way will you have the chance to become an emperor. If we continue to walk the extreme path, we might not be able to become an emperor. Even if we cultivate to the level of extreme Tao, Heavenly Emperor, we might still die in the end. Presently, although me and Ironhead, they all have the trend of reaching the extreme path, we haven't really walked the extreme path. Fang Ping understood. He previously felt that reaching 10,000 mentality, it seemed like apart from being able to clone, there was not much use. Looking at it now, it was he who thought wrong. His great Tao, being able to open 3,000 meters wide, had a lot to do with mentality. The source world being able to rival the peak rank, 9 Qi Huanyu, was also related to mentality. This was the benefit of 9th refinement mentality. Although it was not as powerful and obvious as a golden body, it represented the potential endurance. In that case, people who become emperors must be all-powerful people? That's right. Wang Jinyang said softly, Extreme Tao, Extreme Tao. Extreme Tao, Heavenly Emperor sounds nice and feels powerful, but actually they're all just a bunch of losers. They can't walk the path of omnipotence and can only blaze another trail, relying on combat power to reign supreme. Hence, if Extreme Tao, Heavenly Emperor really had a battle with the 9 emperors back then, it's not surprising that Extreme Tao, Heavenly Emperor died in battle. Maybe they could kill some emperors, but since they died in battle, that means that there must be emperors who did not die. The 4 emperors back then, even if 3 of them reincarnated now. But who won back then in the end? Regardless of whether Extreme Tao, Heavenly Emperor won or the 9 emperors won, either there's an Extreme Tao, Heavenly Emperor alive, or there's an emperor alive. Old Wang said lightly, if Do is alive, then the emperors might all be dead. If Do is dead, then there might be someone who lives on behalf of the emperors. Fang Ping, understand what I mean? Fang Ping nodded lightly and said with a sigh, got it. Either way, there must be someone alive on both sides. However, do you think there's a possibility of mutual destruction? Old Wang smiled and said, this is the best outcome. If that's really the case, then there's no need to worry about emperors appearing. But mutual destruction, how can there be such a coincidental thing? Just happen to all die out, not a single one spared? Then why don't they appear in the world? Who knows? Old Wang said with a smile, maybe one side all died, trapping the other party on the verge of death. Maybe the injuries of those who are alive are too heavy, such as the earthly sovereign. He's alive, so he secretly guided everything, making a large number of powerhouses die in battle. He's just worried that people will take advantage of him when he's in danger. These are all possibilities. Old Wang pressed his hand down, not giving Fang Ping a chance to speak, and said with a smile, I'm saying all this not to frighten you, but just to let you understand that in the future, our enemies might be powerhouses of this level. Therefore, if you want to defeat the enemy, you can't give up on any path and become an all-rounder. The injury on your brain nucleus. Think of more ways yourself. Old Wong said rather worriedly. Once the brain nucleus shatters, you might not die. Maybe you'll lose your memories. Maybe it'll sever your emperor path. No matter which one, it's an unbearable loss. Wanting to mend this kind of injury might not be without a way. Amen. Yeah. Old Wong's eyes darted around. Find Ye's brain nucleus. He's a powerhouse who cultivates extreme mentality. If his brain nucleus is still there, the strength of his mentality is unimaginable. His brain nucleus might be even better than War's heart, because War's heart has actually been drained of a lot of energy. Fong Ping, if your brain nucleus really can't take it anymore, then tell us. We'll think of a way to find Mie's brain nucleus. Fong Ping nodded and smiled. I know. Don't worry. I'm afraid of death, and I don't want to lose my memories and become a new stranger. You guys too. Tell me if there's anything. I also don't want my brother to become War, Mie, and he Jemin. Old Wong nodded and waved at him slightly, indicating that he could go. Fong Ping laughed. He did not ask about going against the origin path because these guys were also confused and did not understand what was going on. They were now trying to go against the origin path, but they did not know if it would work. Fong Ping waved at the people behind him. Under everyone's admiring and envious gazes, he punched a path and disappeared from the spot in the blink of an eye. Seeing this scene, the people who came to send him off felt even more emotional. Too powerful. Punching a space path casually, he lived up to his name of being an absolute peak. As for Old Wong, he did not know whether to laugh or cry. What was he pretending to be? Let's see where this guy will hide and sneak away later. If Fong Ping could punch a path that was 30 to 50 li long, he was considered impressive. He really thought he was old Zhang. Chapter 10:20. Sun City. Fong Ping tore space apart and appeared in the sky, panting. I'm so King tired. I almost got lost. If it wasn't for the sake of convincing the humans that we still have the absolute peak, that I can fight the absolute peak, why would I have to do this? Fong Ping mumbled to himself, trying to find an excuse. Yes, I am doing this for the sake of all mankind. Otherwise, why would I go through all this trouble? But then again, looking at everyone's worshipping expressions, it feels so good. Back then, I was also envious when I saw those peerless experts crossing 10 million meters in a single step. Now, it's their turn to be envious. High in the sky, Fong Ping was talking to himself. Below, Sun City, which used to be a small county, was now flourishing. Photos of Fong Ping and Wang Jinyang could be seen everywhere in Sun City. A hopeless situation. Minister of Tian, chairman of the Human Counterattack Union, the small Yang city actually produced such a supreme powerhouse. It was unbelievable. Even without Fong Ping, Wang Jinyang, Nanjiang's honorary governor, was enough to make Sun City famous. One was 21 and the other was 22. The two of them were Sun City's greatest glory. Yang City Admiral's office. The former commander, Bai Jinshan, was no longer in Sun City. A few days ago, when Fong Ping passed by, Bai Jinshan was still serving as the commander here, but he had left now. The current commander of Sun City, Zhang Peng, a person no one expected, Zhang Tao's grandson. The previous rank 7 powerhouse had now advanced to rank 8. It was hard to imagine that the commander of a county-level city would have rank 8 strength. But this was the truth. Sun City was also a focal point for all parties. This small county-level city had produced Fong Ping and Wang Jinyang. All parties were eyeing Sun City. Even Zhang Dingnan found it hard to suppress them. Therefore, Zhang Tao's grandson was transferred from the military department to Sun City as a commander. It was different from 3 years ago. 3 years ago, when Fong Ping was practicing martial arts, there was not even a single middle-ranked martial artist in Sun City. But now, the Yang City Admiral's office was filled with experts. Rank 8 Zhang Peng, 2 rank 7 grandmasters and a team of middle-rank martial artists served as Sun City's surveillance guards. In the Admiral's manor, Zhang Peng finished his official duties and exhaled lightly. He walked to the window and looked outside the Admiral's manor. He saw the children on the street laughing and the elderly smiling as they passed by. He suddenly felt a little sad. My grandfather, will he come back? Ever since he was young, he did not like people calling him Zhang Tao's grandson. After he became a martial artist, he did not stay in the Ministry of Education's Wuan Army. Instead, he went to the military department. He wanted to break away from the influence of his family and his grandfather. If others were to mention him, they would say that he was Zhang Peng, not He Zhang's grandson. But today, when he achieved the golden body, he suddenly felt how childish his thoughts were back then. He should be proud of being Zhang Tao's grandson, not ashamed. His grandfather, the leader of the human race, had led the peak experts to battle everywhere, killing powerful enemies. Now, he was fighting against powerful enemies in a foreign dimension, his life and death unknown. Su Mingyu of Suppressing Star City dared to say that within half a year, the Su clan would definitely send their top experts to rescue them. As for the Li family, they couldn't say such words. Grandpa, Zhang Peng murmured sorrowfully, I'm not as good as Fong Ping. Fong Ping was born in a humble family, but he was recognized by his grandfather. The Zhang family did not think much of it before. But today, before Zhang Tao left, he entrusted Sino Nation to Fong Ping. As for Fong Ping, he did not disappoint. He fought in the catacombs, killing thousands of rank 9s and many top experts. This was Sino Nation's leader of this generation. What do you mean by asking me to come to Sun City to be the commander? Zhang Peng murmured. He was a rank 8 golden body powerhouse, stronger than Zhang Dingnan, the governor. Yet he came here to be the commander. This was the old master's suggestion. This was also the first time in all these years that he listened to the old master and came to Sun City. But why did his grandfather ask him to come here to be the commander? Yes, this was Fong Ping's hometown. Everyone was paying attention to it, but he still did not understand. Did he need to keep watch inland? What does Grandpa know? He remembered that when the old master asked him to come here, he smiled as if he had succeeded in his scheme. He did not understand what his grandfather was so proud of. Sigh. A soft sigh was heard. Zhang Peng fell into a daze. Did he still have to keep watch here? His grandfather was in danger. The Li family's Li Yiming had already led troops into the catacombs, waiting for the military order to counterattack. Over at the Nan family, Nan Yunyua's granddaughter had entered the Department of Investigation Services. Recently, she was also tracking the evil sect everywhere. She heard that the evil sect, the divine sect, had attacked humans in the catacombs this time. The girl was also suppressing her anger and preparing for revenge. Only he, the most outstanding third-generation descendant of the Zhang family, was now here as the commander, handling trivial matters all day long. Grandpa said, wait for what? Zhang Peng sighed again. He wanted to go to the catacombs. If not, he could go to the military department or the heavenly department. Both were good. It was better than staying here. What was the old master thinking? Just as Zhang Peng was thinking about this, his gaze suddenly moved slightly. A strange feeling appeared. He was a rank 8 powerhouse and the strongest powerhouse in Sun City. He was also the only martial artist who sensed something strange. What happened? Zhang Peng was puzzled. Fong Ping was puzzled too. When he came to Sun City before, he did not feel much. He was just a little reluctant to leave his hometown. However, when he came to Sun City today, he seemed to feel something different. In midair, an object materialized out of thin air. Fong Ping hurriedly concealed it with his mentality. Otherwise, the entire Sun City would see an additional Sun City in the sky. It would cause trouble. Old Wang told me to come to Sun City and see more, to walk more, to remember every place, to remember every Sun City citizen's aura. Could it be for other purposes? Fong Ping strolled in the air. Soon he frowned slightly. After thinking for a while, he landed on the ground. Even if there were people nearby, they did not seem to see him. It was too easy for Fong Ping, who had desperation mentality, to hide from these ordinary people. The moment he landed on the ground, his object suddenly covered the entire Sun City. Before the others realized anything, it seemed to have overlapped with Sun City. This was also the source of Zhang Peng's strange feeling. A powerhouse's object had merged with the entire Sun City. Strange. What happened? Fang Ping was a little curious. Usually, the object was controlled according to his will. Why would such a change happen today? At this moment, Fang Ping seemed to feel the movements of the entire Sun City. Heartbeats, curses, noises, laughter. The entire Yang City seemed to be clearly reflected in his mind, even though he did not use his spiritual energy to cover it. My object is Sun City. I think I'm also the first martial artist to have a city as an object. Is there something different? Does Old Wang know something? Fang Ping frowned, strolling on the streets. Buns, fresh buns. Vitality pills are on sale. 5,000 yuan for one. You won't lose out or be cheated. Even Fang Juding said it was good when he bought it. Flying shoes. You can fly if you wear it. You can experience the middle-ranked powerhouse's imperial flight in advance. Divine weapon show-off. Minister Fang bought a divine weapon from this shop before. 3,000 yuan for you. All kinds of hawking voices traveled into Fang Ping's ears from all directions. Fang Ping did not know whether to laugh or cry. However, he dared not call these people scammers. There was no other reason. He seemed to have done a lot of endorsements in the past. Who could remember which products he had endorsed? It was definitely a dark history. It was better not to mention it. Besides, the price did not seem too expensive. Believe it or not, even an idiot would know if a divine weapon could be bought with 3,000 yuan. Sun City has changed too. Fang Ping sighed. The peace of the past was gone. However, such changes were happening all over the world. Once the news of the catacombs invasion spread, humanity was in a precarious situation. Now, everyone was cultivating martial arts. With the recovery of energy, even the poorest families, the elderly and children could cultivate. Even if they could not cultivate anything, they could still strengthen their bodies. The small city had also come to life. The small Sun City now had a martial arts dojo and a martial arts lecture hall. Every day, there were martial artists explaining martial arts to the residents at the House of Commander Square, teaching and dispelling doubts. Martial arts had really flourished. Martial artists were no longer just 3 years ago, when only wealthy families could become martial artists. Back then, a vitality pill, even an ordinary one, could easily cost 100,000 yuan. How many people could afford it? Now, ordinary vitality pills were almost worthless. Because of the abundance of energy, even if one did not consume it, relying on energy to cultivate was not much worse than consuming this. 3 years ago, a vitality of 120 calories could enter a martial arts university. Now, if one did not become an official martial artist, it would be embarrassing to enter a martial arts university. In a short span of less than 3 years, the changes were too great. At this moment, a group of young girls walked by on the street. Fang Ping seemed to know the person leading them. Back then, he seemed to have gone to Magic City with Fang Yuan and watched him participate in the championship. Now, Fang Ping had forgotten what her name was. Fang Yuan entered a martial arts university in advance. Otherwise, she would only be in year 2 now, and then year 3 next. Her classmates had not even graduated high school yet. And this girl already had the strength of a rank 1. Now, leading a group of young girls, she said loudly, "This weekend, which is tomorrow at 2 p.m., Yuan Ping Club will open a combat techniques teaching site to the public. The combat techniques from MCMAU, the combat techniques that Minister Fang has learned before, are infinitely powerful. Everyone is on a first-come, first-served basis. Official martial artists are limited, and we can only teach 100 people at a time. Yuan Ping Club will teach everyone combat techniques for free. The catacombs invasion and martial artists must protect their homes and defend their country. Everyone has a responsibility. Those who dare to fight should devote themselves to martial arts. Practicing martial arts is not to strengthen your body, but to kill your way into the catacombs, kill strong enemies, and raise the prestige of human martial artists. Defeating strong enemies is your responsibility." Yuan Ping Club was founded by Minister Fang's sister, President Fong Yuan. Combat techniques are authentic, not for profit. People of Sun City should practice combat techniques, devote themselves to the catacombs, and raise the prestige of Sun City. Don't embarrass Minister Fong and Governor General Wang. The girl was young, but her speech was impassioned. She said loudly, "Martial arts is hard to cultivate, but no matter how hard it is, we must cultivate it. Absolute powerhouses can fight absolute powerhouses, and we can also fight catacombs martial artists. One person's strength is small, but the strength of everyone is great. Tomorrow at 2 p.m., everyone remember to learn combat techniques. I'd rather not become a martial artist than become a vitality martial artist." As soon as the young girl said this, there were people shouting from all directions, "Go! If it's free, I won't go." The guy from the House of Commanders recruitment office is not a good person. I'm tall and strong, but he said I'm weak and doesn't want me. Otherwise, I'd be killing enemies in the catacombs now. All right, stop bragging. You're already so old. I heard that you sparred with your son last night and got beaten to tears by your son. Aren't you embarrassed to say that? You're the one who got beaten to tears by your son. Everyone roared with laughter, but they all agreed that they would definitely go tomorrow. As these people talked, Fong Ping raised his eyebrows slightly. In his source world, there were a few more shadows. Not only the shadows, but there seemed to be something merging into his source world. It was like a corner of the street. It was very, very small, even easily overlooked. The source world was not big. It was only a circle with a diameter of 10 meters. At this moment, on this small floating island, the corner where Fong Ping was standing appeared in the source world. Fuse! Fong Ping was shocked. He did not know how to fuse the materialized objects into the source world. It was Jiang Kuei who suggested it, but he had returned to Weiyu Mountain now. It seemed like no human knew this kind of cultivation technique. Fong Ping was prepared to ask Jiang Kuei in a few days. He did not expect to start fusing now. Old Wang asked me to go everywhere in Sun City. Is it because he knows about this? One of the extra shadows was the girl who spoke just now, Fong Yuan's former classmate. The moment this shadow appeared in Fong Ping's source space, the girl who spoke just now trembled slightly. In the next moment, her vitality surged. The girl who only had a vitality of slightly more than 150 calories had honed more than 10 bones in an instant. Her vitality had increased by a large margin. The little girl was stunned. She looked around, her face full of confusion. What was going on? Everything was fine. Why did she suddenly hone so many bones? Bone honing was very difficult. Her family was average. Although her energy was much more abundant now, if she wanted to hone more than 10 bones, she still needed to buy pills to help. Who knew that she had honed so many bones just by standing there for a while? What was going on? She was stunned. Fong Ping was stunned too. What the hell? Fong Ping was stunned. What the hell was this? How did this little girl suddenly hone her bones out of nowhere? Fong Ping hurriedly looked at his source space. Then, he grimaced. This bone-honing energy seemed to be provided by me. His vitality was too strong. To him, a rank 1 martial artist vitality was not worth mentioning. He seemed to have consumed a little just now. He did not have any reaction at all. But the other party actually increased her strength, just like that. One had to know that even a peerless martial artist could not do this kind of method to increase someone's strength out of nowhere. Why is this happening? Fong Ping murmured, not really understanding. When the little girl's apparition entered his source space, Fong Ping also felt it slightly. His source world had stabilized a little, very weak, almost imperceptible. Mutual feedback. Fong Ping did not lose energy for no reason. The little girl was also giving him feedback. What he lost was his vitality, but what he got back was a weak trace of origin chi. Interesting. This is too interesting. Fong Ping could not be more surprised. Back then, when he passed by Sun City, the people from the education department told him that those grandmasters were looking for the hometown of powerhouses like him. There were people who went to Zhang Tao's hometown too. In ancient times, the hometown of some emperors was regarded as a treasure land. At that time, Fong Ping did not think much of it. He thought that these people had nothing better to do. But now Fong Ping suddenly had a vague feeling. Could it be that ancient emperors could do this too? My materialized object is Sun City. Could it be that those emperors' materialized objects are also my hometown? Or maybe it doesn't have to be Sun City. Anyway, the people in my hometown can reciprocate with me? Fong Ping was shocked. Did old Zhang know about this? He had never heard that old Zhang had this ability. Could it be related to his origin Dao? The people in old Zhang's hometown don't seem particularly powerful. I haven't heard of anyone becoming stronger all of a sudden. What's going on? Fong Ping was dumbfounded. Some ancient powerhouses might know something. Otherwise, these fellows would not have taken some people away when they came to look for their hometown last time. However, they probably only knew a little and could not explain it. Regardless, Fong Ping was still extremely happy. They could actually reciprocate with each other's strength. This kind of reciprocation was not forcefully increasing. Could it be this is the Emperor Dao? Fong Ping suddenly had this thought. I'm not walking the Emperor Dao. No, what is the Emperor Dao? Is old Zhang's converging Dao the Emperor Dao? Is Li Zhen's swordsmanship the Emperor Dao? But Old Cat said that they are all walking the Emperor Dao. The Emperor Dao might not be a specific Dao. This is so interesting, Fong Ping murmured. In that case, if he integrated Sun City and threw everyone's virtual images into the origin world, he might become stronger. This kind of reciprocation seemed to be more direct than when he became the minister. This is Sun City. What about the whole of auspicious Sun, the whole of Nanjiang, the whole of Sino Nation? No, what about the whole world? As he said that, the corner of Fong Ping's mouth suddenly twitched. F***, why do I feel that in the end? I'm walking the Emperor Dao. According to this situation, my origin world might turn into an Earth in the future, and there will be countless people on it. What is this? Am I walking the path of the human sovereign? Although there are people in old Zhang's converging Dao, there are not many of them. I'm confused. Fong Ping did not know whether to laugh or cry. I only wanted to protect some family and friends. How did it become like anyone could come to my origin world? While Fong Ping was in a daze. In the Spirit Emperor Palace, Zhang Tao looked at the pool of water in front of him and murmured, I hope the Spirit Emperor is a beauty and not an old lady. Warlord said lightly, Beauty? More like a corpse. A 10,000-year-old corpse. Zhang Tianming. Zhang Tao's face was livid. F***ck. I've finally convinced myself, and you're messing with me now? Where's your conscience? I'm dying. Can't you just shut up? Warlord pursed his lips and said without sincerity, Stop pretending. I think you can't hold it in anymore. Laugh if you want. What's wrong with drinking some bathwater? It can heal your injuries. You can even drink urine. Stop pretending. Zhang Tao's face was livid. That was true, but couldn't he fantasize for a bit? Why did you have to disgust me? As he was scolding, Zhang Tao's heart skipped a beat. He suddenly grinned and said, Interesting, interesting. This kid is on the right track. It's worth it for me to risk my life for this kid these 2 years. The Emperor, the real Emperor, should be born. What? None of your business. Zhang Tao scolded without sincerity, then laughed and said, That kid of mine can bask in some glory. Let's see if he can enter rank 9. If he's lucky, he can get a paragon. The Li family has 2 paragons, the Qin family has 2 too. My Zhang family must have at least 2. Warlord frowned and said, Are you daydreaming? Who in your family can enter the paragon? None of your business. Zhang Tao scolded again, then laughed and said, The human race is going to become stronger. I've said it before. It's okay to be selfish when you're young. People change. It's fine as long as you don't lose anything. As long as you teach, guide, and deceive them well. Cough. Even a rotten log can become a talent. Zhang Tao laughed. A teacup appeared in his hand. He scooped up a cup of clear spring water and drank while saying, When I was young, I never thought that I, Zhang Tao, would one day risk my life to fight for humanity. Sometimes I even admire myself for becoming a king of man. Everyone says I'm a gangster, a disgrace to the paragon, a black-hearted person. But you guys are just jealous. I know what you're thinking. Humans. That's how outstanding people are. They'll shine sooner or later. The key is still to be guided by the person. When the old minister died, he was so shameless. The Ministry of Education was left to me just like that. I wanted to start my own sect and be the king of the mountain for a while, but it didn't work out in the end. He asked me to support 99 martial arts universities. I almost dug his grave. I'm still considered lucky. At least I handed over a strong Sino nation to that kid. I'm just in charge, unlike the old minister. Zhang Tao drank the bathwater and lamented. Oldly said that my emperor path is not authentic enough. I've cultivated it to the point that it's neither here nor there. The emperor path is not the only strong one. If the emperor is strong, the human race is strong. I've become strong, but the human race hasn't. Life King is the same. He cultivated a fake emperor path. If he wants to cultivate it to the authentic level, no one knows how. The ancient emperor and earthly emperor were just for reputation. Oldly only said that it was the emperor's guess. I think it's going to become a reality. Warlord was going crazy. What the hell are you talking about? I don't understand at all. Why are you talking about these things out of nowhere? Zhang Tao ignored him and said with a smile, As for me, I'm willing to die now, but I'll have to get rid of some powerhouses to buy time for that kid. Speaking of which, it's my good eye for heroes. Zhang Tao boasted again and said with a smile, The first time I saw this kid, I knew he wasn't a good person. He's a little like me when I was young. Warlord was speechless. Are you praising yourself or scolding yourself? In this day and age, it's not enough to be a good person. Can Li Jun and the rest of the idiots save humanity? No way. We still have to rely on those who are bad to our enemies and good to our own to save humanity. Wang Jinyang is calm enough, but that's not enough. He lacks passion and impulsiveness. In times of peace, he can be a leader, but in times of war, he's a little lacking. Wu Chuan, Wu Quishan, and the rest I originally considered them. But these cowards only think about defending the past. I've never heard these cowards talk about going to the catacombs and defeating them. Even if you're not as good as the catacombs, you have to have this thought. Without this thought, you're still defending the past. That kid, he's interesting. A low rank wants to be a vice-chancellor. A middle rank wants to be a minister. One school to suppress one catacombs, and he really did it. I like this kind of person. Even if he's bragging boldly. Zhang Tao was all smiles as he said, The facts have proven that my thinking is correct. My foresight is also sharp. Old man, just watch. After a few years, we humans will be so strong that you'll be proud of us. Luckily, we left Purple Cap Mountain. Warlord's expression was dark. He wanted to kill someone now. He wanted to kill this shameless bastard. He used to call Senior Warlord by his name. And then he became an old man. You shameless bastard. How did you survive until now? Zhang Tao seemed to read his mind and said slowly, When I was a coward, of course I wouldn't do this. Now that I'm strong, what's wrong with me calling you an old man? You're still not convinced? Warlord was furious. He suddenly humphed and said, I wonder if Emperor Spirit had the habit of defecating when he bathed. Zhang Tao almost kicked him to death. You old and scrupulous thing. Your emperor is still doing this. Warlord was smug. Show off all you want. P.S. Tomorrow is Round Face's birthday. Everyone like it. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.